And now, back to our show.
I told him one of these days. Pow! Right in the kisser.
Here's for Lawrence Kitchen, another kid hero from Cheerios.
Are you a Cheerios kid hero? Maybe you've won the game, starred in the show, or saved the day. If you tell Cheerios what you've done, you'll get a Kid Heroes badge and certificate with your name on it. See marked boxes for details.
You through?
Dynamics. To save weight, the Enterprise has no engines of its own to help it fly back to its landing site after a journey into space. And as a result, it's all but unflyable by a human pilot.
We're ready to go. Enterprise, go for time. That's 203.
The astronauts who will fly the shuttle orbiter have each practiced the task for months on a simulator. In this duplicate of the orbiter's cockpit, the pilots have learned how to handle a landing. In this case, a landing on a map of Edwards Air Force Base. The vehicle landed not a shuttle, but a TV camera mounted on a boom that follows the pilot's every movement. The real shuttle is extremely unstable aerodynamically. To keep it flying, a battery of 5 computers is needed to help the human pilot. Without these computers, the shuttle would be no more flyable than a brick.
Hello, it's me, Cookie Puss, the Carvel Ice Cream Cake Eat Fresh Daily at participating Carvel ice cream stores. I can make a children's birthday party out of this world because I'm a celestial person and I talk children's talk. And at Carvel, we have lots of custom decorated shapes and designs for birthdays.
Now, would you like to send one to a friend? Please call the toll-free number that you see listed here, and we honor most major credit cards. Thank you.
There were actually 3 XS-1 planes built by Bell Aircraft. The first 2 planes flew a total of more than 150 flights. The third XS-1 was destroyed by a fuel explosion on the ground after just 1 piloted flight. Breaking the Sound Barrier will return on Modern Marvels.
'Twas the night before Christmas when all through the house not a creature was stirring except Fievel the mouse.
Presenting Fievel, the adorable star of Steven Spielberg's presentation of the Don Bluth film An American Tale. Now collect all 4 different McDonald's stocking ornaments featuring Fievel. Each one comes free when you buy the perfect stocking stuffer. A $5 book of McDonald's gift certificates.
This holiday season, give a terrific surprise. Free Fievel stockings with our gift certificates inside.
Welcome once again to the Northwest Olympics Highlight Show. I'm Tony Metcalf here with Brad Cohen. Well, it was quite a day of competition, and we've got lots of highlights, so let's get right to the action. Brad?
Thanks, Tony. The day belonged to Ginny Sue Flores, who came from behind to win the grueling Senator Packwood steeplechase. Let's go to the tape.
All right, now here comes Flores, and here comes Senator Packwood now.
We've seen this so many times before.
Packwood moving very quickly for a man his age.
Well, things got off to a predictably slow start in the 26-mile Ballard Marathon. Let's watch.
Ready, set.
And left to right, Ole, Helga, and Sven.
Tony, this is unfortunate here with Ole.
But he has been turned around and already has caught up to the pack there.
A very good effort there.
But Sven,
I think we'll be updating you on that one for some time to come. Tony?
Okay, here are some final scores in late breaking events. To nobody's surprise, the figure skating competition was won by Tim Hill, who skated around the figures and got himself an extra $110,000 pension. Way to go, Tim. And the men's 200-pound clean and jerk was won by John. But watch this performance by Broadway's Warren Crispin.
Here is Crispin, the wily veteran, number 2, about to make his approach.
And here he goes.
So, can I buy you an espresso?
No thanks.
Oh.
Nicely done.
What a move by Crispin.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him get the gold.
It could happen. Let's take another.
No, Ole and Sven have decided to stop for a game of checkers.
That is not good. That is not good at all. And, boy, I don't know. I just don't know.
Wow, and they still have most of the 26-mile course left to go.
That's right, Brad, and that is...
No one gives you more ways to add the impact of color to black and white documents. Xerox Color. A simpler way to do good work.
Through tomorrow, you're watching the Disney Channel Spring Preview. Next, your household appliances will never be the same when the magical world of Disney presents the Brave Little Toaster. Then it's our Spring Preview show, followed by James Taylor Going Home, tonight on the Disney Channel.
Heard the buzz? My honey barbecue wings are back at KFC. Dripping with my zingy honey barbecue sauce. Now that's finger-licking good. Get 6 for $1.99. That price ain't gonna last.
Life, is this business or pleasure?
Which do you prefer?
Stick to business. People are watching.
Of course they are. This is a commercial to prove this is the perfect time for Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler. It's wet and it's dry.
And it's Seagram's, I heard. What happens after the commercial?
Pleasure.
What do you have in mind?
You get to drink it.
New Seagram's Golden Wine Cooler. It's wet and it's dry.
Where are they?
Oh, they're in the car. Hey, don't worry about it. Your brother's a great mechanic.
Yeah, but he was in the back seat.
I would like to thank our overseas guests. And remember, wherever you go, don't drink the water. Now, as you know, if you listened to my thesis last week about our unique voting procedure, we got our results by phone. You know, that thing that rings whenever you're in the bathroom. Now, I've got to tell you, we received over 250,000 phone votes. Wow, that's well over 100. Now, we started with 8 nominated clips, and now we're going to tell you who the top 3 vote getters are and take a look at them, too. And here they are, in random order. Surprise Soup, sent in by Rick Kettle and Wilda Davis from Vernon, British Columbia, Canada.
If the soup is done, please raise your hand.
Preening Teen, sent in by Bruce Carey and Steve Flabell from Hayden Lake, Idaho. And Jacuzzi Dog, sent in by Vicky and John Swift from Lomita, California.
This is the life, but the water's starting to cool down. Who's been messing around with a thermostat? Oh, I gotta do everything myself. I want the heat back on. Turn the heat back on, stupid switch. I need the water hot. Hotter the better. Hot, 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 hot. Whoa, that better be hot. Whee! Oh, I'm a hot dog.
One of those clips will be our $100,000 winner. Hello? Oh, my goodness, what a surprise. It's our last $100,000 winner.
Hello, my name is
You're never going to be television reporters again. It's not going to happen. But what you do have is your pride. Now, why don't you get up, find another job, and be proud of it? What do you say, huh? Let's be proud. Let's go. Come on.
What's your order? Great fries with that. Would you like one of those world famous milkshakes we have?
Anderson, it's less than a wheel. Dennis Anderson, the word we get, you take the win by 1 red headlight.
I'm glad of that. You know, we went back in the pit. I looked at his time and looked at my time. And I told my teammate there, Kim, I said, I think if I lean the motor 5 points, put a fresh set of plugs in it, we can put him out. We got the power to the ground all right, but in that run right there, I just sheared the back drive shaft in it.
So, do you have another drive shaft to get back in this thing?
Yeah, I've got another drive shaft, but I don't know if we can change it fast enough. You know, we don't have U-joints set up in it and everything like that, and the safety shields is a big deal. You know, we have to have them on it.
Who's going to win this round? We're going to find out real quick. Anderson, I believe, is in the good lane. However, the kid out of Missouri is trying to make a name for himself. He can do it in one fell swoop right here in Myrtle Beach. Kurt Fisher in the Micro Machines. Dennis Anderson, the Gravedigger. Here they come, Army. Fisher takes the win. Maybe the biggest win yet for the new driver of the Micro Machines, Kurt Fisher.
The second major upset of the night.
And there was nothing wrong with the Gravedigger. The Micro Machines just beat him. Army, this has got a different suspension from the Bigfoot truck and the Equalizer truck.
Everybody's playing the game, trying to figure out how to do it. They come up with a new shock absorber that's used exclusively of off-road racing. I tell you, those shocks are working for Fisher. He just put a big nail in the coffin of the Gravedigger.
Yeah, the suspension was the difference. Watch Gravedigger on the second set of cars get a little sideways. I think that's what cost him. Here they come. Now watch Dennis. He had to come back, see? He got thrown a little sideways, and that gives the victory to the Micro Machines and Kurt Fisher. Army Armstrong is going to talk to Kurt right now.
Well, the Bream Boys said they found the right combination when they hooked up with the Micro Machines and this driver, Kurt.
Unscrewed, weeknights at 11:30, 10:30 Central, only on Tech TV.
Welcome back to Cheat and our look at psyching out psychonauts. I'm Kristen Holt. We're halfway through the scavenger hunt, and I'll show you where the rest of those sneaky items are located. I know, it's like I have psychic powers or something. Woo!
Makes sense to shop for your next car anywhere other than TNC Discount Center. TNC offers powertrain for life at no charge. TNC offers a minimum of $2,000 on any trade-in. TNC offers free annual inspection and appraisal, giving you peace of mind regarding condition and value. Not to mention our $100 referral program and free annual detailing. Call toll-free 877-758-2755 today for guaranteed financing. TNC Discount Center, Evansville and Henderson.
Gator golf, step right up.
What could be greater than golf? It's a gator. Gator golf, give it a whack. Gator golf, we'll throw it right back. Gator golf, what could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator? What could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator?
Have made a big difference to the health of the stock. And when we're bringing the sheep in, we'd have sheep that would fall over. We'd have to bring the ute behind and pick up stragglers. But this year it's totally different. We've had this paddock developed for about 25 years, and this is the first year that we've had good lambs.
Alan, walking around the paddock, I noticed these little piles of sand with around the manure. Would I be right in thinking that that's dung beetle activity?
Yes, definitely dung beetle activity. They've been working on that, and they've recycled that dung into soil in a matter of hours, I would think. And this is something we've noticed since we put the minerals on the soil.
Is that an average fleece over the years, or is this a better fleece?
No, that's not a run of the better fleeces at all. That's just an ordinary fleece that I had lying in the shed there that I just thought I'd bring it out and show you boys today.
Is it better than last year, do you think?
Oh, by a lot, far better.
Yeah, in weight?
In weight and for brightness, and the crimp is a lot clearer and all of it.
This is a crop of triticale we're standing in here. This side has been grown on minerals, and that side has been grown on double super. It seems to me that this side is much better, bearing in mind we're in a fairly wet area. What would you say about that?
Well, it certainly is a lot better when you consider the other side is not going to virtually get any return, where this side I'll certainly get a return, be it smaller.
Think you might be a long-term user of minerals?
Certainly will be. I haven't been in favour of superphosphate since 1967.
I haven't priced superphosphate for 4 or 5 years. I haven't used it for 4 or 5 years now, so I haven't been pricing it, but I understand super would cost round about $250 to $300 a tonne, as against mineral fertilisers about $86 a tonne. So cost-wise, I can do it for a third of the price.
Yeah.
There's a lot more activity in the soil.
My Life, Sunday.
I know I shouldn't be calling you, Mr. Davis. You haven't seen him since lunch?
Step out of the car, please, sir.
I know this isn't the first time. Mr. Davis, please. He needs this job.
If someone you love has a drinking problem, it doesn't have to end this way. We hope you'll never need Charter, but if you do, we'll be here. If you don't get help at Charter, please get help somewhere.
Think about a child's toy that this might have the name like...
Well, is your first initial A something?
No. You have one
Something
question.
that you would hold in your hand and... Well, wait a minute, I have to think. Something that you hold in your hand and it's not A something.
No, it's not A something.
You go and I'll...
All right. Mary?
All I can think of is a George Space Patrol helmet. That isn't your name.
No, I'm afraid I'm going to have to call time. This gentleman's name is Teddy Bear.
Oh.
Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear. Teddy Bear. All three of you, please write out checks for $25. Teddy, thank you from Swanson for playing the names the same. Go on over there and pick up your check.
You get a lot of kidding with that,
Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, we come to the I'd Like to Be portion of our program, and here to play I'd Like to Be with us is the well-known actor of motion pictures and television, Mr. David Niven. The first opportunity I've had to meet Mr. Niven, although I've enjoyed his work tremendously. I think you know our panel, Mr. Niven.
I do. I eye them with a certain amount of mistrust.
Well, you have good reason for doing so. Well, now, David Niven, before we go any further, of course, the panel can't try to guess who you are. We all know who you are. I guess everybody watching does. We know you're a very good actor and a very famous one. But before the program started, David Niven told us who he might like to be, just in fun, of course, if he were not himself. And, panel, we'll see if you can find out who that person is in just a moment. I think it's a good one, too. But first, let's look in on Jean Sullivan as she sort of browses through her files.
You know, in almost everyone's recipe file, there's a universal favorite. Chicken pie. But making chicken pie the old-fashioned way takes a lot of time and work, so perhaps that's why you don't serve it more often. But now, you can serve wonderful chicken pie as often as you like, without any work and in practically no time. Just serve Swanson's quick frozen chicken pie. You don't even have to thaw it. Just take it out of the carton, pop it into the oven, brown, and serve. And you have a homemade kind of chicken pie with a flaky crust that's a crispy...
Slip color. Only Revlon makes it. Only you make it unforgettable.
A Hollywood blockbuster. 007, Everything or Nothing. Rated T for Teen.
EA Games. Challenge everything.
Do you have short, thin eyelashes that won't curl? Or apply coat after coat of messy mascara only to end up looking like this? Well, now you can have natural long lashes without any mascara with new Dream Lash from the Salon Shop. The revolutionary serum used by Hollywood stars that's scientifically proven to permanently lengthen and thicken even the skinniest eyelashes. Go from barely there to full and thick, from short and sparse to long and lush. Dream Lash is a nighttime treatment that lengthens and thickens lashes.
I never dreamt I could have lashes like this. Now I have naturally thick, long lashes thanks to Dream Lash.
Now I have beautiful, full, thick, long lashes, and they're permanent thanks to Dream Lash.
Here's the secret. Dream Lash's clinically proven ingredient penetrates each hair shaft to grow longer, thicker lashes permanently. And special proteins strengthen, condition, and intensify color for younger, sexier-looking eyes. It even works to thicken and define eyebrows. So stop using coat after coat of flaky mascara or clumsy fake eyelashes that just fall off. With Dream Lash, your own lashes will be long and luxurious, guaranteed. Call now and get Dream Lash for only $14.95. That's a 50% savings. We'll also send this amazing heated eyelash curler to curl your new long lashes gently and perfectly. A $25 value free. There's more. You'll also get this lighted magnification compact mirror. A $20 value, absolutely free. But wait, call now and get 2 bottles of Dream Lash. Altogether, that's over a $100.
Popcorn chicken. I want crispy strips.
I want an original recipe.
KFC's new Variety Bucket, a 3-in-1 combo of KFC favorites, all for just $9.99. To please everyone, go KFC.
Say,
What are you guys doing?
Eating kitchen fresh chicken?
fielder up the bat.
Wait. I leave for 2 hours and you all get my mother over here to cook you kitchen fresh chicken? She's working over a hot stove just to make your precious...
Here's the pitch.
KFC.
Kentucky Fried Chicken is kitchen fresh. This stamp tells you it's delivered fresh to your KFC kitchen, hand-floured and cooked fresh. Now get a 10-piece double mash meal for $14.99. 10 pieces of chicken, 2 large mashed potatoes with gravy, large coleslaw, and 5 biscuits, just $14.99 at KFC.
Avoid vacuuming any valuables, anything that's of perceived value, like change. And cars that have children in them often is a lot of Cheerios, French fries, candy, that sort of thing.
And finally, it's time to make your car smell new again. Of course, you could pick up one of those colorful trees hanging on a rack in the lobby. Or you could head on over to the fragrance machine.
On this machine, you've got your choice of 3 fragrances: cherry, baby powder, and of course, new car smell. Here's how it works on the inside. We have 3 one-gallon containers for each fragrance. We have an air compressor that will pump air out through a small tubing that will come to a head that is designed to be sprayed into the carpet. The oil-based fragrance lasts about 1 week. It's a new car fragrance. It's the most popular because everybody loves the way a new car smells.
To get that new car smell, fragrance manufacturers combine wood, vanilla, and citrus with chemicals designed to smell like leather and carpet. And with that, the Cloister Car Wash experience is in our rear-view mirror.
Nobody can resist Garfield plush toys at McDonald's. A different one every week while supplies last for $2.69 each. 50 cents of which is donated to Ronald McDonald Children's Charities.
With this week's computer news. In the random access file this week, Microsoft says it will release a new version of DOS 4.0 that will be faster and require less memory. The company also said it's coming out later this year with version 1.2 of OS2, featuring a more powerful file manager. There's also a special version of OS2 being designed for the Intel 386 processor. Ashton Tate has announced a new file recovery program specifically for DBase 3, 3+, and 4. The program restores the full file with embedded characters, shifted data, and headers. And Ashton Tate says it wants you if you're an independent programmer or writer of software books. The company says it's going all out to find new software tools, utilities, and extension products for the DBase environment. Novell has announced a new version of its NetWare software called Network 386 version 3.0. It can support up to 250 users on one server. It also features a simplified installation procedure and dynamic resource configuration, which automatically allocates memory for caches and buffers. Apple has announced new system software for the Apple IIgs. It's the first 16-bit operating system for the 2GS, and it will enable the high-end Apple II to run on an AppleTalk network. Well, it wasn't a computer show, but it was hard to tell. At the National Association of Broadcasters convention, computers were everywhere, as the new buzzwords were desktop video publishing. Symbolics showed off a new version of its video graphics system using a Macintosh 2. Net result, a 50% cut in cost. Studio Spectrum introduced a new Amiga-based graphics system, complete with Amiga 2000, Genlock, and digitized camera, all for $10,000. Sony demonstrated the world's first real-time three-dimensional graphic system for television. The system uses 8 Intel 286 processors working in parallel. Since operations are in real time, there is no need to learn special programming commands. IBM is getting into the intelligent phone business with a new switchboard that identifies the person calling you on.
NBC Sunday Night at the Movies will return following these messages.
Monday on TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes, it's a crazy night of fun with an exciting new blooper contest where you can win big prizes. Don't be a crab. Watch Bloopers and Practical Jokes.
My name is Lynn Tornabene.
Only one of these ladies is the real Lynn Tornabene. The other two are imposters and will try to fool this panel. Tom Poston, Peggy Katz, Orson Bean, Kitty Carlisle, plus 100 members of our studio audience on To Tell the Truth. To Tell the Truth is brought to you tonight by Seago Diet Food. 24 delicious flavors for helping you find the joy of a slender figure. And now, here's our host on To Tell the Truth, Bob Collier.
Thank you very much, and good evening and welcome to our last program in the nighttime series of To Tell the Truth. I would like, however, to remind everyone that the panel and I will continue to be with you every afternoon in color on CBS. And our daytime programs bring you new and interesting challengers, and in every way, I'm sure you'll find it a lot of fun.
And for a modest fee, we'll come to your house.
Again tonight, we're going to give that group of 100 persons in our studio audience a chance to vote electronically every time we play a game on To Tell the Truth. So audience, stay alert, locate those voting machines, and get ready with them. And panel, if you will, please open up that first envelope and follow along with me. I, Lynn Tornabene, celebrated my 34th birthday and 10th wedding anniversary as a junior in high school. I decided that in order to write an intelligent book about teenagers, I had to live their life and examine their world from the inside. Dressed as a typical teenager with my hair cut in bangs and hidden behind a pair of fake eyeglasses, I registered in the 11th grade. For the next several months, I talked, thought, and acted like a 16-year-old girl. I went to football games and parties, felt the teenager's fear when I hadn't done my homework, and suffered her agonizing need to be liked. No one suspected I was an imposter. I was accepted by both the students and the teachers. The result of my fascinating experiment is soon to be published as a book called I Passed as a Teenager. Signed, Lynn Tornabene.
革命の予感スーパーファミコンドラゴンボール Z
Coordinator of production, Bob Buck, and directed by Franklin Heller. Remember to look in Sunday night for What's My Line?
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
At Boston Chicken, fresh vegetables are arriving, and we're making our mashed potatoes from scratch. We're roasting freshly marinated chicken, baking homemade chicken pot pies, and preparing honest-to-goodness meals for you or the entire family throughout the day. So they're always fresh and always ready at Boston Chicken. Boston chicken, the freshest thing going. Try our homemade pot pie, baked with chunks of chicken and fresh vegetables.
Garfield, if you want blueberry pancakes for breakfast, that is not the way to get them.
Using your electric blanket for you later. Try not to eat the tin plate, too. Nice guy, but he could use a few lessons in manners.
Fine. Wooden eggplants. Isn't this a kick? A wooden eggplant's a wonderful thing. You have to cook it for a very long time. That's not my line. One of my friends here in the studio said that. It's terrible, terrible line. But the original eggplant is a beautiful thing, and I'll show you one. This color alone is enough to excite me. The eggplant goes back to, probably to India, the 10th century perhaps. This beautiful color. The 10th century it was common. The Arabs were eating it then too, and eventually it moved into Italy during the Middle Ages. It was not common in France until about the 1600s, but the French have done the best on the name, at least. They call these beautiful vegetables aubergines. Even the name is gorgeous, aubergine. The Jews call them chatzalim. Chatzalim. I hope my Hebrew is all right. Chatzalim, that's what it's called. And it's very common all over the Middle East, and it should be common in our diet. You can find them in any department store, any supermarket. You should have a good time with it. You can buy little baby ones. You can buy long Japanese ones. The most common is this form. That's what we're going to cook today. So let's get started right away with a beautiful dish called eggplant Turkish style, or iman pialdi. We'll start cooking first. In the Middle East, the eggplant is so common that it is used for several gag lines, because the eggplant seems to have an ability to endlessly absorb olive oil, and olive oil is expensive. So when you fry eggplant, it'll keep absorbing olive oil like mad. And there's a joke in the Middle East that says, he's so rich that his wife doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's so rich that he doesn't care how much olive oil his wife uses on the eggplant. That was what we want to do. Let me show you how to make the dish. First of all, I've sauteed, let me get my spatula here. I've sauteed a yellow onion in a bit of garlic for this stuffed eggplant dish, in a bit of garlic and a little bit of olive oil. Just a bit, okay? And now we're going to set that aside and let it cool down a bit. To that, we're going to add...
Personal dryness is natural. She recommended KY. I chose KY Silk E. Nothing feels more natural.
KY Silk E with vitamin E from the #1 doctor-recommended brand.
When I put on a wetsuit, it was a bad situation. I was fat. I lost 33 pounds on a Slim Fast plan. I can't tell you how good I feel. To feel young and rejuvenated. I'm ecstatic about what I've done for myself. I have a new body, a better body. Right now, I have the energy to do anything. Slim Fast has made it so easy. Anybody who's got a taste bud will find something they like. It's amazing that something so healthy tastes so good. Slim Fast does have the protein and the nutrients that I need, and I'm not hungry. I feel like a kid again.
Slim Fast every day. Get healthy.
Do it for yourself.
腰を入れまして、釣り身の若菜花。若菜が釣った。これを逃した。栃錦逆に釣り上げます。この辺を高速撮影でご覧願います。釣った釣り出し。栃錦の勝ちであります。釣り出し、栃錦の勝ち。若菜花敗れて2敗。ここに玉の海の優勝が決定いたしました。土俵は14連勝。優勝すでに決定の玉の海が全勝優勝を目指しまして、今日の相手は広瀬川との対戦であります。立ち上がりました。頭を下げました。右が入りました。右四つ。ぐーっと広瀬川やりました。玉の海危ない。よく残した。よく残しまして盛り返しました。右からすくい投げ打って盛り返した。清くなったことは右からすくい投げ。大きく決まりました。玉の海の勝ちであります。すくい投げ、玉の海の勝ち。かくて玉の海は全勝優勝決定いたしました。玉の海は相撲史上10人目の平幕全勝優勝という偉業を成し遂げたのであります。初の九州本場所は数々の成果を収め、土俵もまた観衆も混然一体となり、火の打ちどころのない成果を収めたことは、九州場所の前途に大きな明るさを投げたものと言えると思います。
Okay, come on, let's go. You got the keys? This is not a problem.
So I gotta rescue my uncle, but I'm not too sure how to find him, so I go to this island, right?
First, I gotta talk to the chief. And then I gotta get some clues from a parrot. And then I'm helping these dolphins. And all the time, I'm sneaking through graveyards and shooting zombies and blasting monsters. Then my sub cracks up on the rocks. And then the next thing I know, I'm cruising inside a whale. Whoa! Oh, new game from Nintendo, man. Star Tropics. Every chapter's like another adventure, so it's like a whole slew of games in one. What's the matter with your height?
If Agitator takes first or second place today, Team Skater does worse than third. Agitator wins the title. Right now, Agitator is in second place and Team Skater is hanging on to third. All three places are separated by less than 3 minutes. Team Skater is pouring it on with his lightning inboards in an effort to knock Agitator into third place. This will be a tight race all the way to the end. If you have any good photos, race stories, or videos, send them to Babe. She wants to put them in our show. Call 386-1154 in Miami. That's fun. 1154 in Miami. She wants to hear from you, so give us a call. You can be a Babe reporter. In Sportsman's A class, Liberator has dominated the race. With 10 entries, this class had one of the largest fields running today. This boat is a 26-foot, 4-winds V-bottom. This boat is the only A-class boat running in this race that's not from Florida. Driver John Noel and throttleman Mike Landman brought this boat all the way from Michigan. It looks like it'll be worth the trip when they take home the trophy. Good luck, guys. If your race team has any interesting ideas for feature stories, contact one of our site producers or cameraman. They've got those famous blue striped t-shirts on. We always are interested in new people, equipment, and race developments. You might even become our next featured race team. Give us a shout. We want to hear from you. Up in stock class, we have Skater Express. You can't talk about the winners without mentioning this boat. It's the current national high points leader in stock class, and it's finished in the money in every race this year. Right now, Skater Express is running in first place in stock class, Conch Attack is in second place, and Spirit of America is in third place in stock class. Driver Joe Jacobson and throttleman Chip Backman have this 24-foot skater humming like a top. They have a comfortable lead in the field, and if nothing breaks...
All sides have the key to...
Worldwide Armageddon!
Doomsday. But who will be the first to turn it?
We finish this now, Megatron.
Is this truly the end of the line? End the game.
Earl on the beat.
Let that talk down. Don't saying let that talk down. I get too much green like a shot now.
Bring Lil Yachty and the Kings Performance Center stage into your living room for a chance to win Whopper sandwiches for a year and tickets to the 2021 VMAs.
Noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Only on Buzzer. Let's play.
Mort Kamens is our new champion, and he's got $550, and he's trying for an extra $5,000 against these gentlemen, the Spoilers. I have already introduced these gentlemen, so let's go right to the game. We will shut them off so they can't hear what we're saying, and I will direct your attention and that of our audience to the board over here, where we have the 8 clues. You know what you have to do? Let's look at the correct answer at the top of the board. Name up there is Lenin or Lenin. That's a person. Pick a clue.
Number 2.
H.G. Wells called him the dreamer in the Kremlin. You've got 4 passes to use if you don't want to give a clue. What are you going to do?
I'll pass on that.
Pick another.
Let's try number 3.
The name of the second largest city in the Soviet Union, St. Petersburg, was changed to honor him.
I think the PhDs will know that. I'll pass on that.
Okay, good thinking on your part. You've used up 2 passes.
Number 7.
His original last name was Ulyanov.
Give.
Give. All right. Spoilers. The subject is a person, and here is the clue. His original last name was Ulyanov. We'll start with spoiler number 1, Dr. Brock.
No answer.
All right, that's $100 for the champion, Mort Famous. We'll go to Dr. Ratea. Spoiler number 2.
Lenin.
You are right. You have won $100. Okay. Well, let's see what happens with spoiler number 3. Dr. Thorndike?
Nureyev.
Nureyev is wrong. $200 for you. Pick another clue.
Number 5.
He led the Bolsheviks to power in 1917. You backed off on that one, Mort. What does that mean?
Means I'm going to pass.
You have now used 3 passes. You have 3 more clues to give away.
Let's try number 1.
He smuggled his ideas out of his prison by writing in milk between the lines of books.
Sounds like one to give. I'll give it.
All right. I think so, too. We should be all right with this one. Okay. Spoilers? He smuggled his ideas out of his prison by...
And now, this message.
It's new Rocky Road cereal with Choco, Van, and featuring Marcia.
Choco chocolatey puff, it makes my heart sing. Van vanilla puff is such a tasty thing. But Rocky Road's got something special for you. It's got a chocolate and nutty coated marshmallow too.
New Rocky Road cereal. Little marshmallows with a chocolatey nutty coating mixed with vanilla and chocolatey puffs. Part of this complete breakfast.
Waking up to Rocky Road makes your breakfast sing.
Don't take chances. If you're involved in an automobile accident, call the Gold Chiropractic office for a thorough examination. If you've been hit from behind, by all means get a complete checkup. Remember, the whiplash injury demands treatment since the symptoms may go unnoticed for days or even weeks. Symptoms such as headaches and stiffness in the neck and lower back. Anyone involved in an auto accident should immediately...
Nook HD, the lightest 7-inch HD tablet with the best screen for reading. Magazines, books, and now movies look better than ever before. And with individual profiles, it's one great tablet designed to be shared with the whole family. You just might not want to. Introducing Nook HD, the best 7-inch tablet for reading and entertainment at Barnes & Noble and Walmart.
板をくくりつけます。こういう状況になってるんです。いや、板をここに当てまして、こういう形でくくりつけるわけですね。はい。こういう状況に彼らは子供の頭をしていたというんですが、これは何かですね、彼らなりの狙いといいますか、そういうものがあったというんです。はい。
そのようにしていたらそのように成長していくから、そのような頭になっていくわけですか。
なっていきますね。ですが、この状態で板をつけてくくってることによって、多分他の部分に何か影響が出るということを考えていたんだと思うんですね。
他の部分。
でそれはそうですね。私たちもひょっとしたらそういうことに憧れる人も多分いると思うんですけれども、
その状態が今の私たちが見ても美しいと思える。
日本人の中にもそういう影響があったらいいなと思う方はやっぱり結構いると思うんですよね。はい。では行ってみましょう。どうぞ。さあ、まずは誠君に行ってみましょう。開けてみますと、あまりの痛さにいつも目が
Us at the zoo's
Jerusalem. That was the magic word. Off to Jerusalem. My, oh my. He can do magic, 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 magic a rabbit. 8 feet high. Ha ha, this away, ha ha, that away, ha ha, this away, my, oh my. Ha ha, this away, ha ha, that away, ha ha, this away, my, oh
my. Well, Guy, with the exception of a small concussion, you're going to be just fine.
Thanks, Doc.
The heck is that? Oh, it's the sun. That's pretty. No way that's pretty. That's a nasty old smashed spider. Nah, I think it's a satellite locked in a geostationary orbit.
Yeah, it's a satellite, all right. It's measuring the hole in the ozone layer.
Did you say hole in the ozone layer or hole in my Uncle Sydney?
What do you think? Naga wants to know. Because our shows and activities on TV and online
are all about what sparks you.
Come on, Mario.
Come on, Mario, jump!
I give up.
Want to grow? The calcium in milk helps bones grow to their full potential.
Every morning for a month.
Yeah!
Peanut butter crunch cereal is part of a balanced breakfast.
Everyone, there's a whole lot of fruit. It's a lifesavers. Cherry, lemon, every flavor's a thrill. If the orange doesn't get to the green one will. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a lifesaver.
Sinkable, unthinkable.
The unsinkable taste of Cheerios. Not a lot of sugar to weigh down those Cheerios. Look how they float. No keeping them down. So he can't. Even he can't. You can't sink. The unsinkable taste of Cheerios. Not a lot of sugar to weigh down those Cheerios. The unsinkable taste of Cheerios.
And I'm not into a power trip here either. The ball's in Mike's court, as far as I see it. He needs to show us some real willingness right now. We've worked with him on his entry dates several times, and we may have to be a little hard on him to realize the seriousness of his treatment.
Sorry, Obed's gone for the day. May I take a message or have him return your call tomorrow?
John's had some significant problems with cocaine before coming into treatment.
Having the gene for and developing the disease alcoholism. If it's on both sides of the family, each child has two chances.
Your son has a drinking or drug problem.
Are those chicken nuggets all white meat?
The age-old question. We believe there's so much more to the chicken than white meat. There's a smorgasbord of colors and textures, and our nuggets represent the full, rich mosaic of chickenness.
At Wendy's, our chicken nuggets are delicious pieces of all white meat cooked golden brown. It's the best 99 cents you can spend.
So they're not white meat?
No. The 99-cent super value menu at Wendy's. It's better here. And our pickup windows open till midnight or later, so you can eat great even late.
In the world's toughest city, the mob and a gang of rogue cops have taken over. The government knew it would take more than an army to stop them. So they sent one man.
All the action and excitement from New England Raceways is coming your way each week on Race Week. Race Week, the video magazine that brings you closer than ever before to the fascinating world of the super modified, the dirt modified, and much, much more. Now, you can be a part of all the thrills and spills from New England's racing scene. Race Week, coming your way each week on the New England Sports Network. Don't miss it.
Hey, why don't you tell me what's going on?
My son, I caught him. The neighbor lady came over today and said that he was beating up on some kids outside, and I just got to talking to him about that. So I told him to come inside and go up into his room. He was going to stay there until dinner was ready, and I told him he may not have dinner, and I just was mad, you know. God, of course, I never do that. I say that, but I don't. But anyway, then I was in here making dinner, and my little boy here comes to me and tells me that he ran away. He just left out the door with his backpack. Ricky says he put toys in it. He's 8 years old, you know. And anyway, then I went out looking for him. I looked around the school and all around the neighborhood, drove up and down the streets all around here. I couldn't find him.
Hey, I need your telephone.
My telephone? Oh, you want to use it?
Yes.
Well, let's see. Here.
All right.
Hi, Gloria. Randy Sutton, P number 3239. I need ADR for a runaway child.
Come here.
39. Mm-hmm. 2645.
Oh, God, he's here. He's just found it.
Forget it. The boy just got returned. Okay, thanks. I appreciate it.
Where'd you guys find him?
Well, we found him.
Where'd you find him?
We was going to see if we can find him.
Thank you so much.
Huge.
Thank you very much.
Jesse, come on over here. We're going to have a talk. Sit down right there. What happened? Why'd you run away?
Dave.
Dave? What happened? It's okay. It's okay. You can tell me. Nobody's...
Stay tuned for scenes from next week's Angel.
As time passed, the battlefields of the Great War became hallowed ground. They were sites of pilgrimage. Thousands tried to retrace the footsteps of their loved ones. Was there an answer here for the question why so many had died? Those that came soon after the war found the landscape still an open wound, the trenches still littered with human remains. One who wandered across these fields of desolation in 1920 was the British journalist Stephen Graham.
The stagnancy has not dried up, but festers still in the black rot below the rushes. Double shell holes, charred ground, great pits. What is it now? The abode of rats, lizards, weasels. unexploded stick bombs, rusty grog bottles. Helmets lie there still in plenty. There are broken rifles. There are graves. Death and the ruins completely outweigh the living. There is a pull from the other world.
What, Graham asked, had it all meant? The enormity of the destruction and death. Like a modern Hamlet, he found the answers elusive.
Lying in an old trench, behold, a skull. It is clean and polished. A soldier.
I think you might have worms. If your computer is slowing down or crashing or just acting weird.
E-acceleration with the full power of stop sign can make it like new again.
Stop sign gives you virus protection, second to none.
With a spam blocker and spyware remover.
Pop-up blocker.
And the stop sign firewall for all the protection you'll ever need.
Guaranteed.
You may be infected and not even know it. Go to stopsign.com for a free virus scan now.
In the martial arts, there are many forms of self-expression, many methods of self-defense, many moves to take out an aggressor.
Go watch me on Fight Club.
To discover where the martial arts can take you, tune in to the Monday magazine every fortnight. The philosophy, the fights, the moves, the games, the masters of combat sport. This is the way of the Fight Club. Monday night on Eurosport.
This isn't New York City, or the Windy City, or Sin City, and we're certainly no one's Emerald City. We're the Motor City.
Darkness comes, 10 pounds of terror. Have you ever wondered what Captain Hook does when he's got a cold? Oh, let's not even think about how he goes to the bathroom. Every Halloween, this karate instructor becomes the Ninja Pumpkin Carver. Next month, he carves a turkey. Want to know why this superhero wears a mask on his face? To hide the pain. To the Bat Doctor! Boost your dog's self-confidence with a macho costume like this. Unfortunately, he later got trampled when he tried to bring down a 1,200-pound wildebeest. Now, this is a particularly ingenious outfit. It's not enough he's sitting on a toilet, he's got to wear a fake nose. Finally, the most fearsome and powerful monster of all time.
Oh, okay. Just try bending down now, Paul.
Only one thing can defeat this ferocious beast: a really big head.
Yeah, that right.
It's popular these days to buy things in bulk. But who really needs a metric ton of mustard and enough hot dogs to feed Montana? When we package videos, it's always the right size.
Slow down a little bit, Robert. Control it.
Doesn't that kid listen to his mom? What does he need, a sign? If a bike crashes in the forest, does it make a sound?
Fashion says your complexion is everywhere. Today, you want to look more than clean. You want to look clean and creamy all over. That's why I bathe with Camay, the soap with lingering co-cream. When you rinse, a trace of the cream lingers. You're more than clean. You look clean and creamy all over. Your complexion is everywhere. Keep it looking clean and creamy with Camay.
Hyundai and the Jimmy Fund, helping kids fight cancer.
Luscious lime or red, like cranberry. Oh, no, yellow, like brilliant sun, mountain lavender, scuba blue for the bedroom. And
During
red
True Value's Great Paint Event, you can choose from over 2,000 colors, all at great savings.
Oh, look, Glacier Glint goes with my couch. But Heart of Gold is perfect. Definitely Caravan Blue for the porch. Wait, red oak.
The Great Paint Event at True Value. Hurry in. You've only got a short time to make up your mind.
Make up my mind.
Your mind. Get it back with Total Recall for Nintendo, based on the blockbuster movie. Total Recall from Acclaim, the action game you'll never forget.
We'll end in about 15 minutes, but the champion has yet to be decided. Here's Milton, 6th frame.
What a break! The messenger comes over and carries the 10-pin out. Here we go, Bo. The ball is hitting the pocket, the 1-3 pocket. But here again, the head pin comes across, starts rolling again, and comes over and knocks out the old 10-pin. Great break for Tom Milton.
I tell you, the big power players of the tour, the Holmans, the Ross, the Miltons, even this young Steelsmith gets some amazing strikes. They create a lot of strikes that the average player cannot get now. Let's see if Milton can take advantage of that break and increase his lead to 27. Not to be.
You know, also, he's flirting with what we call a 7-10 pocket hit, though, because he's so slow. He's coming in behind the 10-pin, and sometimes that throws the 5 in front of the 7, leaves the 6-pin in front of the 10. So he's flirting a little bit with that 7-10, but you still have to hit that pocket.
Milton to maintain the lead.
Two different styles here, Dick, huh? Here's the profile of both bowlers. Here's Tom Milton, 5-step delivery. Watch the backswing now, going no higher than hip. Keeping the lead bend, follow through. Watch Rick Steelsmith. Ball going over the head. Good knee bend, good follow through. Contrast deliveries. Take either one you like.
It's more power or revolutions on the bowling ball with the least amount of hook of anybody I've seen come on the Pro Bowlers Tour. People talk about hook, but it's not really the trick. It's revolutions. And his ball's turning over some 12 to...
Early days, it would cost just a few dollars to outfit a player with the rudimentary equipment of the time. Today, one player's equipment can run several $100s for college athletes to several $1,000s or more for pros with customized equipment.
We're on the verge of today looking at new materials, looking at new ways to take the helmet to the next level. You have various new technologies for face guards in that wires now are becoming titanium. There are different styles. There's different metals out there. So those are the things that we're looking as you move into the next century, material-wise. So we're on the brink of a century change, and with that could possibly come a big change in the way the game is played and the equipment that is used to play it.
But the desire to push the limits of sports performance is never limited by budget. As sports technology prepares to enter the next millennium, the high cost of developing new equipment is seen as nothing more than the cost of doing business.
Uses Hoskins to look for a missing prostitute friend as they visit London Hooker's row of outcasts. A friendship is developing between them.
Hey, tell me something. Did I ever want you back? Who? Your clients. Always. What, they fall in love with you?
I
I guess the first episode is a tearjerker about a kid whose Jag is in the shop, which is just, you know, he gets to school, he finds out the lunchroom is out of sushi. It's just awful. You know, just really sad. You know, but soon students pass from the secure world of high school onto the bold frontier of college, where they set off on the quest for knowledge. And also last week, you may have also read this, over at Gonzaga University, they actually tried to build the world's largest burrito over there until the health department shut them down. Which, you know, a lot of universities try for these totally unrealistic goals, you know, curing cancer, splitting the atom. At Gonzaga, they keep their goals within their reach, you know, which is good. Let's hear it for Gonzaga. That's the kind of first-class research done in our state. I'm really proud to say that. But even with all that good stuff, the Washington State Commission for the Humanities decided to start the Inquiring Minds Lecture Series, which is that they're going to invite experts in many fields to go around to schools and community groups to talk about their field of expertise so people can learn. And they've got quite a prestigious group of people we thought you should know who's coming so you can hear them speak. For example, Wilt Chamberlain will be speaking on 20,000 surefire pickup lines. Ramtha's going to give a speech, what it's like to be an all-wise being trapped inside a bitch from Yelm. Yeah, get tickets early for that one. Dan Quayle's in the 90s. All you job seekers, get out to that one. The president of the UW Fraternity Council will be speaking on foamy cup avoidance. Kevin Costner's got the big speech, mastering that tough old English dialect. He's an expert. And finally, Brock Adams will be speaking on respect in the workplace and how babes can show it to you.
Who's really yummy? Who's got fun in his tummy?
Piggy belly.
Yummy, yummy. Who's gonna please you when you give him a squeeze?
Piggy belly.
Yummy, yummy. I wanna hug you. I wanna kiss you. I wanna squeeze you so tight.
New Piggy Belly, the lovable, laughable piggy that holds candy you can share with your friends.
Piggy belly.
Yummy, yummy.
New Piggy Belly, Skittles candies included.
Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, rated everyone. Add new levels with e-reader card.
Clean. We'll go to Chuck E. Cheese's.
Chuck E. Cheese's, the real cool place to be a kid. What do you do to deserve it?
Kid, don't mess around.
6100, Phil.
Miss Gibbons, 61 to you. You're 55.
61.50.
How much?
Can I say 61.50?
No, we have a $100 minimum.
62.
Okay, Mr. Jones, you're 59. I'll freeze. Okay, only 3 left. Miss Smith, you're 6. Top is $6,200.
68.
Mr. Mann, you were 61. Top is $6,800.
I'll say 69, Bill.
Mrs. Gibbons, you were 6,002. Top is $6,009.
69,100.
69.
Wait a minute.
69,100. $7,000. Okay, Miss Smith, you're 6,800. Top is $7,000.
I'll freeze.
Mr. Mann, you're 69. Top is 7.
I'll freeze, Bill.
Bidding's over that fast. It's done. Look how fast it stopped. The bids are $6,800, $6,900, $7,000, $5,900, and here is your ring. Take a good look at it. Take a good close look. Look at it there. All right, now while you're looking at that, I'm going in the envelope. See if I can come up with the actual retail price. Do I have it? Is everybody a winner? Actual retail price, $9,750. And the name of the big winner as soon as the tabulation is done. However, right now, here's a word of advice on the subject of softer, smoother-looking skin. Watch.
Your skin can be as smooth and lovely as a reflection in still water, or as dry and rough as a dried-up riverbed. It all depends on you. You may not realize it, but all soaps can dry and irritate your skin. That's why you should stop using soap and start using Dove. Dove is an entirely new formulation. Dove is 1/4 cleansing cream. It creams your skin while you wash. That's why Dove can't dry your skin as all soaps can. Dove also contains a combination of ingredients that gives it the scientific mildness rating of pH 7. Perfect mildness. Dove is completely free of alkali. Dove can't irritate your skin as all soaps can. And look, Dove is sculptured to fit your hand. Dove makes the everyday act of washing good.
Last. RCA portable CD player, $36. Hot Wheels motorized XP racers, $5 each. 4-in-1 universal remote, $7. Megabyte robotic hound droid, $15. Sharp 34K organizer, $5. GE 900 megahertz phone, $20.
In the kitchen. Pretty thing in the kitchen. You're not connected with the stoves, the range, pots or pans. Are you connected with the floor?
No.
Are you connected with the sink?
No.
Are you connected with the food in the kitchen?
Are you connected with?
Is your name, the thing, related to the food products in the kitchen?
Yes.
Is it a definite food product?
Yes.
Is it a definite as to a certain meal? Breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Is it connected with anyone? It goes with every meal, this food product. That sure narrows it down.
Well, let's help you this much. When we say product, you're involving yourself. Let's say possibly a food, yeah.
Joan, you're having a conniption fit. Go ahead.
All right, Joni.
You are edible, in other words, as Jerry said. And I don't get charged for that, please. Are you a small object?
Yes.
Now, judging from the
Here we go again, relatively small. In other words, can it be held in the palm of the hand?
Yes, can it be held in the palm of the hand? Is it something that has to be refrigerated?
I don't know. Not necessarily.
Tell me and I'll tell you.
Well, if it doesn't have to be refrigerated, is it either a vegetable or a fruit?
Yes.
Now, which one?
Let's
is
keep
it
it
a
rolling.
fruit?
Yes.
It is a fruit?
Yes. One
now,
question,
there was
Joni.
a terrific laugh when Meredith said, would a woman object to being called this? Could it possibly be a lemon?
Atta girl. Now, wait a minute. Joni, unfortunately, you are right, but this lady has a middle name and a first initial that we're going to have to get. I think I have to cut. I'm sorry, time has run out, so that Meredith and Jerry will have to write out their checks. This lady's name is A. Green Lemon. A. Green Lemon. And what is the... What does the A stand for? And? Well, I can't thank you. We just had a lot of fun with you tonight. I hope you enjoyed it, too.
I certainly
You go on
did.
over there, say hello to the panel, collect your checks from Jerry and Meredith, and thanks very much. Oh, collect 3 checks? Yes, that's right. 3 checks is right. You got the full amount. Hey, that's pretty good. I'll see you later. Thanks so much, Miss Swanson, for playing the names and
Hi, kids, it's Rupert. I've got another Fox 24 Kids Club artist. Check out this work of art. Karen Wenninger of Allenton sent this wonderful drawing of the club she dreams of. Well, kids, the club you dream of is here now. Just send a postcard to the Fox 24 Kids Club, P.O. Box 24024, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, 53224.
The first thing is I had the privilege of speaking at Siebold Fall a year ago, and boy, what a difference a year makes. It's been a great year. And we're not quite done with our fiscal year yet, but we've had 3 quarters, and we've managed to go from losing $1 billion the year before to actually making over $200 million during the first 3 quarters.
His report on the company's improved fiscal health was no doubt welcome news to Macintosh fans, but the most important news revolved around the latest additions to the Mac line.
And the first one, of course, was the Desktop Pro, introduced last November, the Power Mac G3, and it's an awesome product, and we've done very well with it. Matter of fact, we just sold over our millionth G3 since November.
The Apple CEO announced that the popular PowerBook G3 would have a standard 14-inch LCD screen and a price drop to $2,800. He also reported on the sales success of the iMac.
We have had a phenomenal response to this product. We've not been able to keep up with demand. We're shipping tens of thousands a week in, and they're being sold like that. We just announced in Japan this last Saturday, and it went very well, except that we're sold out for the quarter already. And we are announcing in Europe over the next 2 weekends, depending on which country. So we're seeing a phenomenal response to iMac.
But the Apple news at Siebold was not only about hardware. Apple's co-founder gave a preview of the Mac operating system's long-awaited upgrades, including some of the new features in version 8.5 due out in October.
Mac OS 8.5 is a must-have upgrade. And I want to go through, there's a lot in this thing. It's a lot more stable, dramatically higher performance in some areas, but I don't have time to show you all of it. I have time to show you 4 reasons why it's a must-have upgrade. The first one is Sherlock. The second one is file copying, the third one is color sync, and the fourth one is AppleScript.
Sherlock is a kind of super search device that can sift through all major internet search engines.
Wednesday on Highway to Heaven, a journey through time gives an old man a second chance at love.
Share is precious moment.
On a very special Highway to Heaven Wednesday.
Put my name, address, and phone number on my pet, so if he gets lost, he can be returned.
For a responsible pet owner's guide, write the Humane Society of the United States.
Comet gets out stains when other leading cleansers can't. Tuck greasy food stains. Look, sprinkle another leading cleanser and new Super Comet. Wait a minute.
The internet speed you need to stream, the entertainment you want to stream. Right now, get both with Xfinity for this amazing low price. Xfinity delivers the best in-home Wi-Fi experience with the speed, coverage, and control of Xfinity XSpot. Now, streaming live sports and hit TV shows is easy with the Xfinity Stream app included. Stream fast, stream better, all with Xfinity. Get started with this special offer on Xfinity Internet and TV. Just $49.99 a month for 12 months. And soon, you'll be able to enjoy more than double the speed on this package. Hurry, this offer won't last. Go online, call, or visit us today.
Because there's coal to make the hydrogen near 3 of them. Natural gas is going to waste at the 4th. And there should be plenty of cargo to shift. And the cost?
Our first estimates are that it'll probably cost us somewhere between $1.2 to $1.5 billion. We think that probably half of that is the airplane and one of the airports, and the other half of the other 3 airports.
So who pays?
We've actually suggested that the United States take up the problem of converting the airplane and the one airport, and that the other countries pick up the operations at the other airports to produce the hydrogen and be prepared for handling it.
If the economics of a subsonic hydrogen transport are marginal, for supersonic flight they would be a vast improvement on the Concorde. The reduced fuel load would give a realistic payload and a greater range. On the ground, the economics are, as yet, much poorer. Hydrogen energy currently costs about 4 times that of gasoline. Yet, when we were filming, the shares in the With Profits Public Corporation run by Roger Billings were doing well. While still at school, he won an international prize for his work. He got it for a lawnmower.
The little lawnmower engine running on hydrogen, to me, was the culmination of many years of hard work. And I remember running down the stairs and calling everybody I knew to tell them it worked. You know, I'm rich, it worked. The following day for breakfast, I discussed with my father the need for a vehicle to experiment on now that I had a lawnmower engine running. And my father had just purchased a brand new Chevrolet that he was very proud of. And I said, "This is your opportunity, Dad, to be a very famous person assisting science by donating your new automobile." And he just couldn't be convinced that that experiment should take place. So the next day at school, I convinced one of my fellow students who had a little Volkswagen that this is his chance to carve out a place in history by letting me use his car.
That passion can kill.
The man studies up on me, and then he moves in for the kill.
She was marked for murder on NBC tonight.
The short Atlantic chop begins to build as muscles ache and fatigue grows. Magoon and Penske refuse to falter. New challenger Preston Hen is equally as determined. The duel for first place continues. Halpern's 38-foot Cobra is still on the pace. Wayne Vicker leans on Beep Beep's throttles a bit more heavily to close the gap. Preston Hen and crewman Earl Lanier buffet in the cockpit of Streaker at high speed. Hen is another front-runner who likes all his competition to his transom. Hen gets his wish at Barnegat Light as Cam 2 follows Streaker's wake around the buoy. Halpern has now taken third as James drops slightly off the pace. Before the start of the Benihana Grand Prix, Preston Hen remarked that if visibility was bad, Magoon would have the edge due to his formidable racing experience. Cam 2 has regained the lead. Magoon and Hen appear to have things well in hand. But somehow the unforeseen, the unexpected, the unpredictable always seems to happen in offshore racing. A report over the race committee radio says Billy Martin in Bounty Hunter has the lead with less than 20 miles to go. Further information tells that Streaker is out and Magoon has been sighted dead in the water repairing a drive belt on its power steering pump. Suddenly, Cam 2 makes an appearance out of the misty atmosphere. A rapid piece of mechanical wizardry has enabled Magoon to regain second place. Sammy James is still running, but not with the same authority as early in the race. The 200-mile course is taking its toll. Martin desperately searches for the finish line and the Benihana title. Unfortunately, the crew of Bounty Hunter is unaware that their heroics will go for naught. Martin's 35-foot cigarette has been disqualified for a navigational error at checkpoint 7. Bounty Hunter crosses the finish line 18 minutes ahead of its nearest...
Game Boy Advance.
あの男が帰ってきた。新たな冒険を求めて。その名はトルネコ。何が起こるかわからないドキドキの展開。1000回遊べる RPG。
Now, panel, let's meet our next team of challengers.
What is your name, please?
My name is William W. Schmitz.
My name is William W. Schmitz.
My name is William W. Schmitz.
Follow along once more, panel, will you, with your copies of this affidavit as I read it. I, William W. Schmitz, am a member of a 1960 United States Olympic team. I am not an athlete, however. I am a chef, and the third cooking Olympics in which I competed was held in Frankfurt, Germany this month. I started cooking as an apprentice at the age of 13 and worked in leading hotels and inns in both this country and in Europe. I now run my own restaurant in New York City. This year's team of United States chefs flew more than 1 ton of American food to Europe for the competition. Competing against the top chefs from 12 nations, the United States team took the grand prize gold medal, the top award, with the 4 hot dishes and 37 cold platters we prepared. I personally won an individual gold medal for my special soup, which is already served for the panel's approval. Signed, William W. Schmitz. While our challengers are getting seated, we did put the soup in front of you to be tasted. I notice you've all been gulping it down rather lustily. I gather you didn't eat much before you came to the show tonight. But I'd like to know if you can tell me what it is. Polly, what do you think it is? What kind of soup?
Well, first of all, it has oranges in it. I don't know. It tastes slightly like turtle soup, yes, and it tastes like it has a little bit of curry in it, and it has tomato sections or grapefruit sections, one or the other. And, well, I mean, it's disguised in soup, you know. But whatever it is, it's absolutely excellent. Really,
good.
It's marvelous.
Don, what kind do you think it is?
Gee, I don't know, Bud.
It is good, isn't it?
Delicious. Oh, it's just delicious. Yeah. I don't think I'd have the vaguest idea of reading.
Peggy, what do you think it is?
Well, I think it has a lot of sherry in it, and it had little beignets in it, and it had It has some kind of meat in it, too.
Mobile phone that also works on Wi-Fi in your house. T-Mobile Hotspot at Home. Get Wi-Fi and unlimited calling for only $9.99 and turn your home into a hotspot.
If you suffer from allergies, more effective relief is on the way. Benadryl, proven more effective than the leading allergy medicine at relieving your worst allergy symptoms. Get Benadryl, proven more effective.
$1,117 in prize.
Just like in my dreams.
Did you have a dream that you were going to win all
Tons and tons of them.
Well, I'm glad it worked out. Bob Barker reminding you to help control the pet population and have your pets spayed or neutered. Goodbye, everybody.
This is Rod Roddy, speaking for The Price is Right, a Mark Goodson television production.
That is awesome!
On November 8th,
You think you can stop me?
I have to try. Witness the return of an Avenger.
Anyone else?
Thor, The Dark World, rated PG-13, November 8th.
Wait, stop! Don't shoot!
Do you have something less painful, maybe?
A crossbow?
Too messy.
A grenade launcher?
Ouch.
How about the taser?
Yeah, taser wouldn't be bad. It might leave a little rash mark.
I made this.
Tonight, a vicious bear attack after a man climbs into a bear cage at the San Diego Zoo. You won't believe why he did it. Just days before their sentencing, Lyle and Eric Menendez speak out in a rare TV interview. Police raid a Southland warehouse and find enough illegal fireworks to blow the place sky high. And who did you inherit your smarts from, Mom or Dad? Some food for thought. Fox 11 News is coming up next.
From Sue in Walnut. This is great. From Sue in Walnut Creek, California. Stop me before I collect again. My favorite Star Wars collectible is my Boba Fett tattoo.
But unfortunately,
it's Boba Fett at nighttime.
Sue, what happened?
So maybe it's just as well because you didn't say where the tattoo was.
Maybe it was censored.
Yeah, Sue. You see, when you sit on the copy machine, it's kind of tough sometimes. Anyway, Sue, that's great. Thank you. That's a great fact. All right. We'll get to more of your faxes. Another brand new exclusive item to QVC. This is the 5th in the Gold Card series. The original poster that the Hildebrands did for Star Wars. Limited to 10,000 pieces. Each one will be individually numbered on the back. Card sets, they usually make $500,000 or $1 million in the world of sports cards. So 10,000 is a drop in the collector's bucket.
This is one of the nicest ones. I really like this. This is beautiful. This is the style A art that the Hildebrands and Tom Young did. Actually, this is probably the Tom Young version.
Tom Young version. Okay.
It's a little tighter drawn. And
oh right, yes. Okay.
So, but it's a beautiful, beautiful sheet. And look look at the detail. I mean, it even holds the R2-D2 and the C-3PO. How small they are in the corner there. It just comes out brilliantly. Just brilliantly. I mean, that's a great piece. So if you have this poster, man, it would be really nice, even if you don't have all the other gold cards. If you have the gold cards, you obviously have to, you know, you really want this. But
number 5 in the series, brand new, exclusive to QVC, and exclusive on the primary market, because what happens a lot of times, if you look at the computer, somebody will come in and buy 10 of them. Well, there are a lot of dedicated collectors, but nobody's going to buy 10 for themselves. That's a dealer buying them, and then they're going to mark them up at the convention.
I've seen the gold cards at the convention for twice or more what we sell them for here. So,
oh, that
just really nice, and it's what, 24 karat gold?
23 karat gold on this. We have a 24 karat gold ingot coming up. An ingot coated with 24 karat gold coming up in a little bit. But first, we go to the phone line.
The Showtime package. 9 channels, 700 programming choices. What television should be. A different movie every hour. A package that offers offers you movies, specials, championship boxing, kids programs, and more choice at a great price. The Showtime package. It's why you love TV.
Part of the Showtime package. Just $15 more with any total choice package.
Thanks to the K, you can't pinch an inch. Thanks to the K, you can't pinch an inch on me.
If you can pinch an inch, the Kellogg's Special K breakfast may help you lose weight. It's under 200 calories, high in protein.
I can't think of a tastier or better way to start my day.
Thanks to the K, you can't pinch an inch on me.
Pound Furry, I know what you're missing. Lots of love and hugs and lots of kissing. Pound Furry, you need someone you can purr about.
Pound furries each sold separately. You can name them.
Whiskers is taking a cat nap.
And for $3.50 more, you can send for a name tag, stickers, and owner certificate.
Pound Furry, you need someone you can purr about.
Pound furries are each sold separately. New from Tonka.
How long are you going to last? Well, you can't say, you know. You can be big-headed and say, yeah, we're going to last 10 years. But as soon as you've said that, you think, you know, we're lucky if we last 3 months, you know.
Of course, seeing that scene and those scenes are so great because it's a kick for us. We know what's ahead of them. They don't. The Complete Beatles is a much better film covering those early days in England than it is covering the later years of the group. Particularly interesting is the way the film highlights the considerable contributions of the Beatles' producer, George Martin, because in the past, the Beatles have received credit for their success. Their manager, Brian Epstein, has received credit for their success. But George Martin's role as the man at the switchboard, the man at the rehearsals, that has been mostly ignored. But I can only give a mixed review to the Complete Beatles because the second half of the film needs more concert material and more, frankly, interviews with the Beatles themselves. This movie is a fascinating subject, to say the least. None of it should have been boring, as the second half of this movie is.
I like the whole movie. I'm kind of confused by that because you say you like the George Martin stuff, and that's all in the second half of the movie. How he produced Abbey Road, how Sgt. Pepper was their best album and the White Album, and how George got mad because he only got 2 cuts on every album, how they brought in all the symphony instruments and played with the tapes. And Martin is known as the fifth Beatle, so he's gotten a lot of credit. But until this film, he's never really been exploited in terms of all the little stories about how they made the music. And then also the last half of the film is how they go to India and have their falling out with the Maharishi and so forth. I thought the whole film, and especially the end, where success destroys them and they can't hold together, was the best part. I liked it all.
Well, I think that I felt that they played a little fast and loose with some of the footage that they had throughout it. I wanted them to speak. That's what I really wanted, I guess, and I expected that in the second half. I guess I expected some reflection on them. I don't know if they didn't have the rights to the material or what it was, but that was missing for me. Their response to the same material.
Well, I think we have a disagreement because I thought there was for a Beatles fan, the whole movie is invaluable. It's just interesting. So I thought, anyway. Next at the movies, 4 Sailors on a Weekend Pass.
Ken Stripling was a small-town mayor who dumped his wife of 20 years for her daughter, Anita. Now Ken's been arrested, accused of killing Anita.
It was pretty much of a shock.
And when cops busted him, you'll never believe who he was found with.
It's worse than a nightmare because it will haunt me the rest of my life.
The bizarre case of a mayor, a mother, and a murder on the next Current Affair.
Monday at 5 on TLV 12.
With Bill Parcells, Sunday morning at 11:30 on CBS 2.
Maybe they're just on their 4th or 5th round of Manhattans. One of the aspects of the game we liked was the third-person perspective for exploration. This can be instantly ratcheted down to first-person shooter when you need to cut your way through the tall grass of undead which block your path to glory. The crosshairs and aiming ability are gracefully accurate. Headshots save precious ammo and quickly rid you of the stumbling dead. Especially when they prefer to attack like a pack of festering autograph seekers outside Neverland Ranch. Right and left indicators warn you of impending doom from unseen enemies. Be wary, as some undead seem to be much faster than others.
Sausage and a spicy meatball.
But you know I can't eat this. I'll be up all night with heartburn.
Your appetizer.
New Pepsid AC acid controller.
This one little pill can stop heartburn before it starts. Just take this one now before dinner. It'll prevent heartburn all night long.
Bless you.
Pepsid, now available without a prescription.
I think it needs a little more spice.
You can be heartburn-free with new Pepsid AC, the strongest, longest acid controller.
Oh, my. And I want a Smacks to be part of my complete breakfast. Oh, kitty, look behind you. You're just a scaredy cat. Hello, Smacks. I'll dig 'em.
I've Got a Secret has been brought to you tonight by the Tony family of home permanents, including Conette.
Permanent maid with the younger woman in mind.
This is John Cannon speaking.
26 we'll put up for you. Now the buzzer goes into effect. Mr. Mitchell, the buzzer sounded. Final bids. Your 1850, top is 26. This is your last.
All free.
Miss Carson, your 2, top 26, your last bid.
28.
28. Mr. Chin, you're 25. Top's 28. This is your final bid. Mr. Chin, 5.
I would like to bid 2,900.
You have it. Miss Raywald, you're 26. Top's 29, and this is the last bid of the game.
I'll freeze them.
It's over then. The bidding's done. Let me read them for you. $2,900, $2,600, $1,850, $2,800. They're the bids we have right now. Let me take a look in here now, see what we got. Retail value is, oh boy, is somebody close. $2,914.95. Mr. Chin, only 14 bucks away. There you are. You got a bonus, Mr. Chin. That's pretty good. Now, and now that you own that trailer, I suppose you realize that you have to have something to pull it with, isn't that right? All right, now to pull that trailer for you, sir, we want you to try this bonus, a Chihuahua. Put it down there. How is that? Look at that. Now, if that little 3-month-old Chihuahua isn't strong enough to do the trick for you, hang on to him now, June. You try this instead, and take a look at what's coming out there just on the other side of the trailer. There it is. This is the Simca Super Deluxe 4-door sedan, full-size, 5-passenger economy car. It's imported from Paris by the Chrysler Corporation. It's a sleek model with designer interior, reclining seats, and it is equipped with heater, windshield washers, and white sidewall tires. A Super Deluxe Simca. It is all yours, the sedan. Congratulations from the Price is Right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're all fixed up. We'll have another terrific item in just a moment, but now's the time to hear that famous guarantee backed by Lever Brothers Company, plus a famous brother to tell you about the Easy Win Contest.
His humor was shocking, unpredictable, weird, and some say insane. Andy Kaufman on Headliners and Legends with Matt Lauer, right after SNL on MSNBC.
Voting. It determines the future of your country, your environment, your space program, and your schools. When you vote, you're honoring your country, your cartoons, and yourself. Voice the choice. Vote in Cartoon Campaign 2000 for your favorite cartoon candidate. To vote, check out specially marked packages of Lunchables Fun Packs. Then watch Cartoon Campaign 2000 Countdown on Saturday, March 18th from noon to 10 p.m. to see which cartoon candidate wins. Cartoon Campaign 2000, all brought to you by Kraft Kids Brands, only on Cartoon Network.
Here's your dress for the show, Mrs. Randall.
Thanks, Mrs. O'Flynn.
And a shirt for you, Mr. Randall.
No, thank you. I have me own, you see.
And what's wrong with this one?
Sure, it is not as white as mine, me darling.
I must admit it does make this one look grey. And how would you be getting them so white, Mrs. Randall?
Easy, Mrs. O'Flynn.
Fairy snow, big ora.
You mean fairy snow gets them this white?
Of course.
Did you think it was the little people? When our wardrobe mistress tried Fairy Snow, right away she noticed its rich lather. This powerful lather penetrates every fibre of the wash, forces grey out, forces white in. So next evening, during the show...
Wonderful, Mrs. Andy.
Thank you.
Brilliant.
Wasn't I?
Thanks to Fairy Snow. Sure, everything comes up really white now. Fairy Snow's a great success.
Get Fairy Snow for extra white clothes. Fairy Snow forces grey out, forces white in.
Welcome to Mervyn's.
Now, are you ready for the biggest, most exciting, action-packed animated movie ever on the big screen? Batman, Mask of the Phantasm.
Come over and exit. Tell it I don't need to save any of the changes. Nope. Let's come over to the computer. Let's come right over here to, there we go, to Microsoft Word, which is right there. There we go. Excellent. Oh, because I could, if I wanted to, download it into Microsoft Word. What I'm going to do, though, I just wanted to see if that was in there. Let's come out and exit from there. Exit. Come back up. Let's go into Microsoft Works, which is another full business productivity system included with the computer. There we go. I'll come over into here, into Works Tools, go over into the word processor, and then now watch. I'm going to come over here to the edit command and tell it to paste. Watch this. Look at that. I just pasted the photo. You can make your own photo stationery if you have that scanner. Now, look what I can do. I can take that. I can come over here. I can, let's just go back here. Let's go back right up there. Right up. I can come back to the header and type in, which I'm going to do. I'm going to change the font just a little bit here. There we go. Let's move it up to, 16 looks good. Okay, 100 computers now remain. By the way, that's her name, A Mandolin. That's exactly how it's spelled. A Mandolin Enterprises Incorporated. And what I have done is I have created a piece of photo stationery using the scanner. And Sue, what are we talking on the scanner? We're down. Yeah, if you're on the line, please hang on the line. We're down to our over 4,000 have been ordered. We're down to our last 5, actually fewer than 500 at this point in time. And we got a lot more calls than that hanging there on the line. We're bumped on the line, so please have some patience with us. Yeah, we now know. We now know beyond a shadow of a doubt. Listen.
Herman's is now Cragen Auto Supply, your one-stop auto supply store. Did you know that an engine tune-up with a new set of Autolite spark plugs can boost power and performance by as much as 15%? Autolite spark plugs burn clean for long life and cleaner air. And now at Cragen Auto Supply, famous quality Autolite regular spark plugs are just 69 cents each, and Autolite resistor type spark plugs are just 89 cents each. For performance, ask for Autolite spark plugs.
At Cragen's, we're helping you do it right.
A very nice prize. What is it, please? A brass canopy bed. Swan's brass Imperial wraparound bed, highlighted by canopy with deluxe onyx detailing from Swan Brass Beds. Comes with bedding ensemble from Mia Armand. And for a comfortable night's sleep, this mattress set. Sleep in sheer comfort on your Sealy Posturepedic Queen set. Sealy's most luxurious Posturepedic mattress, designed in cooperation with leading orthopedic surgeons for firm support. And Constance says that if she wins that bed, her husband will forgive her for you came home from vacation early just because you wanted to come to The Price is Right. Well, I think that's wonderful. Now, this rangefinder will move slowly up the scale. When you believe that the price of the bed is in the red area, any place in the red area, you press this button. If you're right, it's nighty-night in that bed. You step over there now, and don't press the button until you want to stop the rangefinder because we can't start it again. Start it up the scale for Constance, please. All right. Step right back over here. Now, will her husband forgive her for coming back from vacation early? The price will have to be between here and here in the dark green strip. Light up that price, please. And she is forgiven. It's $8,414. Now, he will forgive you for that, I am sure. Yes. But he may forgive you even more because you may win more money on the big wheel right now.
Oh, I see you've put your Christmas seals to good use. Christmas seals can do a lot of other things, too. Best of all, Christmas seals help the Lung Association fight lung disease, which affects more than 5 million Canadians.
These little things?
Yes, they raise money for research and programs to promote healthy lungs. Like yours. Please give generously. And before you send it, seal it with a Christmas seal.
You're watching The Flintstones on Cartoon Network.
Hello?
Hello, Daphne. Do you like Scooby movies?
What do you think, Shaggy?
I'm not Shaggy.
I'm hanging up now.
Wait, can I come over? I hear popcorn.
Scooby movies all next week at 7 on Cartoon Network.
Warmth radiates relief, but never burns like old-fashioned rubs or liniments.
It's a wonder how quickly InfraRub's working warmth brings me hours of blessed relief.
Proven in arthritis clinics, InfraRub's working warmth radiates relief.
Over here said he didn't want to be left out. He was talking to me. I'm not going to leave him out. We'll put a little bit of greenery on him too. Now we said our light was coming through right through there, so add more over on this side than you do the other side. So it gives that impression of roundness for the tree. There we go. Isn't that a neat way of making a lot of leaves on trees very easily? Now if the 2-inch brush intimidates you, and it does at first, when you first start painting, that's a big brush. It looks just like what you painted the barn with last week. If it intimidates you when you first start, use a 1-inch brush. It'll work just as well. It's just slower. Just takes a little longer. There, that's all. But either one of the brushes will work, and you can make just gorgeous foliage. It's really unbelievable what you can make with it. There. I'm going to add a little bit more paint and maybe, yeah. We'll put the indication of something right along in here that it just hangs right over this old tree. What the heck? We can have it anywhere we want it here. Maybe I'm going to add more yellow. I'm going to put a little bit of liquid white on my brush. I want to do two things. I want to thin the color, of course, to make it a little thinner, but I want to lighten it. I want to lighten it in value. All right. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Maybe there's a happy little bush lives right here. See? There we go. Try to leave a dark area. See, there's a dark between these two. That dark is your separator. It's your best friend. Take care of it. Take care of it.
Your hair is a lot like you are. It has its good days and its bad days.
Sometimes you need a little finesse. Sometimes you need a lot.
Finesse, the oil-free conditioner you control with time. Use it a few seconds for light conditioning or a few minutes for deep conditioning. The longer you leave it on, the more it conditions.
Sometimes you need a little finesse. Sometimes you need a lot.
Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Tonight, on Frontline, the first television cameras ever inside a jury.
The man is guilty. Guilty is sin.
I don't care what the law says. Has justice been done?
12 ordinary people decide the fate of one man. The real-life drama of deliberations in a criminal trial.
The final decision is up to you. And more important, you have the power, despite all the technical legality, to find Leroy Reed not guilty.
Tonight, inside the jury room.
as the self-proclaimed rootinest, tootinest hombre to cross the Rio Grande. Yosemite Sam has carried and fired illicit weapons, robbed trains, and gone on record time and time again as hating varmints. But now that Sam is running for president, he claims to have changed his ways.
See?
So will the real Yosemite Sam please stand up?
That's who I am.
Hello, Sam. Vote a straight shooter into office. Don't quick draw McGraw.
Truck that's rough like I am.
Introducing the all-new Mazda truck with a 4-liter V6 and a soul to match. The new Mazda truck.
Saddle up and let's go dancing.
Mazda. It just feels right.
Coming up, because your drunk friends will always think singing is a great idea, Karaoke Revolution Volume 2.
86 FM.
From the makers of Dead or Alive comes the greatest action game of all time, Ninja Gaiden. Rated M for mature. Unleash your inner ninja.
Oh, I'll take a pound of that.
No, let's not go in there. I don't want the cuffs off.
Well, then sit down here and tell me who you are, then.
I'll tell you who I am, but I don't want you guys beating the out of me.
Just sit down. Nobody's going to beat you up.
Well, see this
Yeah, what's your address?
I don't have an address.
Transit, huh?
Whatever you call me, you will.
Okay, how much you weigh? How much you weigh? Throw him in the cell. What? We got somebody coming down there to ID him. We don't need to put up with this crap. Just leave him just like he is. Just put him in a cell.
You got them all.
Okay, we'll just open the door and we'll see if this is your man. Is that your man? Any good with you?
Yes,
Scott? Scott?
he's out.
Excuse me.
Tammy?
Scott? Time to wake up. Come on, put your feet down.
Tammy's here.
You know this lady? You're not going to want to be around his breath, Tammy. That's got a breath like a dinosaur or an alligator.
Cold shower.
Get some Listerine, too.
You have an address where you live?
I told him you were living with me at Mom and Dad's.
Okay, that'll work.
Okay, what is your social security number?
I don't have one.
You have social security?
I don't know.
Okay.
You have to contact my mother for that one.
Undo what this lady says, because we're releasing her to you to her, okay? If that's the way she wants it, that's the way it'll be. Otherwise, you're going on a detox.
Okay.
Thank you, officers. Upstairs. Have a good night, guys.
Buzz Lightyear to Star Command. Come in, Star Command. Star Command, do you read me?
Roger. He's got our snacks. We're going in.
Let's move! The entrance is heavily guarded. This is no time to panic.
Introducing Buzz Lightyear Fruit Snacks. Tons of characters, lots of flavors, way too many adventures to count.
Good job, troops.
You can check out other adventures with Mickey, Princess, and Pooh, too.
It's Mickey and his play along time, and we're playing with Dora.
He shoots! Save! Score!
Friars.
So lets it fly. Goal! Power play. Andre! Hot saw!
Destin delivers. Voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Its continuing mission to explore strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no one has gone before.
そりゃそうですよね。そうでしょ。うちの娘なんかだってね、何もできないしね、実際は。
まあ女房だって僕はそう思ってますよ。まあ何ができるんだって思う。ただうちの女房なんてのは朝から晩までこんなこと言ったら本人は怒るけどね、おしゃれなことしか考えてない。スリムになってね、高いお洋服買って着て似合って人にまあ綺麗ねって言われる、それだけが生きがい感じるんじゃないかと思うんだ俺。でもそれでもね、それはそれでうちの中はいつもね花が咲いてるみたいになってる俺はいい人。
いいでしょ。
おしゃれのことしか考えていない妻と娘。ある番組でニューカレドニアを訪れた時も2人は買い物ばかりしていたとか。
ニューカレドニアを食べるなんですからね。ニューカレドニアで買うじゃないんだから。分かってる？
でも大丈夫。でから
何？
買ってから食べる。
だから余計なことはせんでいいって俺、いいのよって、いつもきれいでいなさいってこう言ってる。
いいな。
例えば自分が食べたい朝食でもまあ夕食でもいいですよね。当然それはほんなもう娘さんと奥さんの分も当然同じことですから、量はちょっと増やしたらいいだけの話ですからね。そっち食べるわけですか。
いやいや食べるのはみんな違うんだよねうちは。
それぞれ。
それでしかも量がほらスリムになりたいからダイエット。
あんまり食べないです。
そうね。パンと夏みかんだけ食べてるのは夜。
Charge this merchandise to my father's account.
Well, we got away.
I wonder what that creep and his goon wants with us. Who knows? Let's just hope that's the last we see of him.
You're watching the Mother's Day Mamathon, and at 8, see more of my Johnny and JBVO on Cartoon Network.
I can't believe that Rainbow Man is dead. It's all my fault. Rainbow Man, you're back. You're not dead.
Oh, Daisy Head, I'm so happy to be here. I've been through hell. Hey, wait a minute. Who's that holding up my recipe?
Oh, that's the new guy, Cookie Face. When you left, he took your place.
Well, we'll see about that. Hey, hey, man, I used to have this job.
I heard about you, old man. You were careless. You tried to be a hero. That's not for me.
Hey, pal, I fought so kids like you could have a decent life.
Oh, thank you, Captain America.
I've got to do something. Come on, you guys, knock it off. Let's just be thankful that Rainbow Man is back.
People say love this refrigerator or leave it. Well, I love this refrigerator. But when you've seen the inside of a vacuum cleaner, well, it scares the hell out of you. I'm sorry, Cookie Face. I had a flashback.
No, Rainbow Man, I'm sorry. I never knew what pain you went through. I'd like you to have your job back.
Thank you.
Hey, remember, it's a big, crazy refrigerator that we're all stuck to, and if we can't learn to live together, we're just a bunch of ordinary magnets.
Fun Saver camera that's waterproof. I dive into the water, go where no camera oughta. I can get great shots when I'm wet. The Kodak Fun Saver camera. Here to save the day.
Actually in the solution. There are no chrome anodes. We use lead anodes to give us the conductivity and the throw we need to place the chrome on the part.
Finally, after just 1 minute in the chrome tank, and then a few dunks in water to rinse off the golden chrome solution, this truck bumper is ready to hit the road. But not all chrome plating is so shiny and decorative. Hard chrome plating is applied directly to an object to create a thicker, more protective outer layer.
The Buddies help Santa save Christmas. Now, discover how the legend began.
You know Santa Claus. He's my best friend.
Disney's The Search for Santa Claus, an all-new movie.
All you have to do is believe.
On Disney Blu-ray DVD Combo Pack today. Rated G.
Out of New Baltimore, Michigan. Great race for second and third. Down the back chute now, into that second turn, a little bit tighter. Again, the wind kicking up, and you've got to keep that in mind. Even though these boats aren't going all that fast, it still can affect the life whole of this design. Now, Wheeler just showed some experience by going to the inside. Now, the two boats in second and third have had to cross his wake, and now have a little rougher water to run in. Now, look at that. What does that look like? I mean, it's beautiful in a sense. It's ugly in another sense. But it is ahead, so you cannot say too many things about it, can you? Oh, and riding, very efficient. Look at it come into the corner. That's exactly what you want a boat to do. Dance nice and free on the water like that, be very responsive, and Wheeler's really giving it a ride. There's not much boat in the water, to say the least. That's boat number S712, that being Butch Ream. The owner is John Sorensen. Good, effective team. They've been successful in the past. They were on lap 2. That being George Kennedy in 4th place, number 25. If he holds on, the man from Hialeah, Florida, will go on to the finals as well. But again, back to Wheeler Baker, who also drives the 7-liter Prime Mover, a great boat for Al Vortemeyer out of Miami. But here again, the battle for second and third on the inside. Butch Ream on the outside, Alan Oslin. The battle for 2 and 3 with 1 lap to go. You got to trust the guy next to you, don't you, Steve?
Oh, absolutely.
Go that close.
Absolutely. You've got to have real faith in the guys that you race against. Otherwise, you can't run 2 and 3 feet apart at 100 miles an hour.
Look at that. A gorgeous shot with the crowd behind them, and they come into that turn at about 110, I'd say, maybe 115. Right into that wide turn, and again, keeping the foot to the floor, because they don't need to slow down on this wide first turn. Going into the north. Now heading west, and they'll go south down the back chute. There goes Wheeler Baker again. It's not even, it looks like aerodynamically it would be not that great as far as the cowling, but it's still very successful. Again, the battle for second and third. Both boats, I'm surprised that they're pushing this hard because they're both in the final. Again, the top 4 go in, but they're still putting on a good show for the crowd at least.
Now remember, it's, excuse me, Don, it's a matter of points here. So a second over a third place finish could be very vital in the final standings.
Yeah, by the end of the day, too, because there are a number of awards that go out for an entire day or weekend's effort. So again, on the inside, in 712, Butch Ream out of Baltimore, New Baltimore, Michigan.
You should shoot reliever. That was...
Get back. Let the engine on, Rex.
Go. I said go. All right? You ain't gonna listen. Go.
No one realizes they're being fooled because they're too busy laughing at the fool.
Is that how you see me?
That's how everyone sees you. Isn't that the idea?
Vader! I'm sticking by you the way you always stick by me!
Ready?
Is the Pope Mobile Catholic?
Non ci credo. You gotta be kidding me. You might think I'm crazy. Hang around with me. It's the American spy. Hang on. Now or never. To have some
out so they can afford to complete something in the middle of the field. They need a touchdown.
Seattle has every defensive back that they have on their roster in the secondary now.
4-man rush. Jackson, he stopped running. For a moment, he stopped running, and he was short. That's what he's angry about, I think.
Well, no, I think he didn't anticipate Cunningham putting it out that far. Again, Randall Cunningham, having such a strong arm, gets the ball up the field. Now, Kenny Jackson's running back to the huddle and saying, oh, gosh, we were so close. There you see him right in the middle of your, right down the lower part of your screen. He just takes off. Cunningham sets, and then just fires it. This ball doesn't have a chance to get caught. It's just way over the head of Kenny Jackson. He just didn't have enough speed to get there. 4th down. This could be the last play of the day for the Eagles. We, by the way, are going to see the Eagles when they play St. Louis in a couple of weeks. There you see Chuck Knox telling everybody, don't get up too close. Stay back. Play the center field. 4-man rush. 4th down. That's it. Work, huh, Fred Young? That's the 9th sack of the Philadelphia quarterback. And the clock ran down to 26 seconds. The ball goes over. Joe Nash, Jacob Green, Freddie Young. Young's just had a great football game for the Seahawks. And they did it with a 4-man rush. Basically, they did. They rushed Green, Kinlaw, and Mitz, and Joe Nash occasionally, and they turned Freddie Young loose to say, look, you are Randall Cunningham's personal escort all afternoon. You stay on top of him, and he has. They had 9 sacks today.
How old you are. My.
A great dog deserves a long life. A great dog deserves Alpo from Friskies.
We need a car?
A minivan.
No.
An SUV.
With leather.
Blue.
Green.
Bluish green.
Introducing Autotrader.com with 1.5 million used cars updated daily. It's the biggest, best used car site on the planet.
Now we need insurance.
And a loan.
Autotrader.com. Your car is waiting.
When was the last time the weight of you had this much fun or ate this much ice cream? And when was the last time you left home for bluer pastures? Holland America Line. It's time.
Book now. 7-day Caribbean cruises start at just $5.98.
I don't usually pour my heart out like this. I'm mesmerized. Your effervescent charm. My passion for you will never be quenched. I will always thirst for your companionship. Oh, Jenny, you must feel so special. I feel like a Pepsi.
Got only one of the town's hottest shows, the Fosse, Candor, and Ebb hit musical Chicago, toddled off with 6 Tony Awards this year. It's based on an actual razzle-dazzle 20s murder case, and 2 of the stars, Mary Lou Henner and James Naughton, are here with one of the musical's showstoppers.
So, ladies and gentlemen, directly from the Schubert Theater, and for Helen Thomas in particular, we present Chicago's Mr. Billy Flynn singing the press conference rag. Notice how his mouth never moves. Almost. He's a
Mississippi, and your parents very wealthy. Where are they now? 6 feet under.
But she was granted one more start.
The convent of the Sacred Heart. When'd you get here? 1920. How old were you? Don't remember. Then what happened?
I met Amos, and he stole my heart away, convinced me to elope one day.
A convent girl, a runaway marriage. Oh, it's too terrible, you poor dear. Who's Fred Casely? My ex-boyfriend. Why'd you shoot him? I was leaving. Was he angry? Like a madman. Still, I said, Fred, move along.
She knew that she was doing wrong.
Then describe it. He came toward me. With a pistol. From my bureau. Did you find him? Like a tiger.
He had strength and she had none.
And yet we both reached for the gun. Oh yes, we both, oh yes, we both, oh yes, we both reached for the gun. Oh yes, we both reached for
for the gun, for the gun.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, they go, oh yes, they go, oh yes, they go. Reach for the gun, the gun, the gun, the gun. Oh yes, they go, reach for the gun, for the gun.
Understandable, understandable. Yes, it's perfectly understandable. Comprehensible, comprehensible. Not a bit reprehensible. It's so defensible.
How you feeling?
Very frightened.
Good morning, apartment. Ready to start the day. Jumping jacks, hit 'em. 1, 2, 3. I am so pumped up! Yes! Overpriced coffee.
That's $37.
Awesome!
Everything is awesome.
Oh my gosh, I love this song!
It's cool when we're part of the team. Everything is awesome.
No, guys, wait up!
Agony. Oh! Does it hurt very much, sonny boy? What a performance, Doc Hagen! What a performance!
Prego taste better than Ragu Old World style? It probably has a lot to do with all Prego goes through to make sure it's thicker, more delicious. And a lot to do with what just goes through Ragu Old World style. Prego homemade taste. You can see it.
No, take the last one. I can make another batch.
Kellogg's Rice Krispies Treats. You can whip up a chewy no-bake batch in minutes. However, nobody has to know that but you.
I know how you love them, so I don't mind the work.
Besides, Rice Krispies Treats certainly taste like somebody slaved over them.
Really? It's no bother.
Rice Krispies Treats, so good, it's hard to believe how easy they are.
It's worth any amount of trouble, as long as it makes you happy.
For Lawrence Kitchen, another kid hero from Cheerios.
Are you a Cheerios kid hero? Maybe you've won the game, starred in the show, or saved the day. If you tell Cheerios what you've done, you'll get a Kid Heroes badge and certificate with your name on it. See marked boxes for details.
We'll add a couple cloves of garlic, 2 or 3, and perhaps some oregano. See if I can find some oregano around here in a hurry. Oregano, I did pretty well on that one, didn't I, huh? Okay, some oregano. So we have oregano, the garlic itself, and, of course, the pepper, and about a pint of water. Grind that up, and we're going to bake. That's enough. We're going to bake the chicken thigh, leg and thigh portion, in a pot with this red sauce on it, and that's all there is to it. Just throw it in a 350-degree oven until it's done. That'll be about, oh, I don't know, about an hour or so. It doesn't take long. Just push them right in there. Lay down. Sit still. There we go. Put the sauce over the top. That's all there is to it. And when you're done, yes, I do have one ready for you. When you're done, look at this. Just look at this. He's all finished. Oh, that is so delicious. So utterly delicious. Let me grab a pot holder. I'm throwing pot holders all over the kitchen today. We'll put him right out here for you. Okay, here's the chicken thigh in let me move him up. In red sauce, and I made another one for you. You remember we did the green chili sauce? So I have a chicken in green chili sauce as well. Turkey, rather. Turkey leg in green chili sauce. That recipe you'll run across one of these days soon. The point is, not just variety, but versatility. You can do all sorts of things with the American bird. Ben Franklin was right. I don't mind the eagle. I love his glare. But a turkey stuffed with cornbread dressing, or turkey piccata, or turkey in red sauce or green chili sauce, for me, is really Americana, and I think I prefer that. Ben, you're right. This is the Frugal Gourmet. Till I see you again, I bid you peace. Bye-bye.
Welcome back to SpongeBob's Nicktoon Summer Splash. If you watched the first show, and I know you did, then you know we're in the middle of 6 titanical episodes of Rocket Power in a row.
Titanical?
I already said that. Try not to copy me, Squidward.
No problem.
We're showing so many episodes of Rocket Power, I can't even count them using all my limbs.
I can.
All right, Squidward. I knew you'd come up with something good eventually. And just in time, because more Rocket Power is here.
Kokan, New Brunswick. You're looking at the official flag of the Kokan International Regatta. We're ready for the GP final. Here are the guys who will be battling it out today. Orange Crush with Jimmy King aboard. It's Quick 2, GP 110 and Fred Brodo. Thundercraft 2, GP 52, Pierre Levine in the driver's seat. Executive with Daniel Brossois. Intrepid 2, the points leader Maurice Plouffe. Enterprise 2, GP 772 and Réjean Blachette. Valleyfield 2 and Bob Tourette. And the first Valleyfield vote with Jeff Richards in the seat. And they're off in the GP final. What a start by Daniel Brossois and Executive. Jimmy King and Orange Crush just on the outside. But there is Thundercraft making the tight move on the boys. He's going to take the inside, deep inside there. And it looked like Plouffe got a little water there from Bob Tourette again. But right now it's Executive and Daniel Brossois. There's the Thundercraft boat with Pierre Levine aboard with that stabilizer in the back. Good in these wind and water conditions. It's Executive in the lead.
Yeah, it is, and that heavy boat of Pierre Levine's is going to have an advantage of some kind in this water because it's a heavier boat. That wing stabilizes it a little bit, and as you did mention, our friend Bob Thierry gave Jean-Maurice Plouffe another bath. That's twice this afternoon in that same corner.
Yeah, coming out of that second turn, though, it didn't look to me like Thundercraft was too stable, but he's got it now in the straightaway. Executive is the leader in this race. Daniel Brossois with that superb start kind of caught, almost seemed like he caught everybody napping, heading into the flying start. As we go into the top turn here at Kokan, New Brunswick, it's still Executive, and it looks like nobody can touch him. He can only hope that his engine hangs in, and he will have another 400 points under his belt. As he goes into the third turn, it's Executive and Daniel Brossois. Jimmy King in second place with the Orange Crush boat, the number 151 boat. It's Thundercraft and Pierre Levine behind Orange Crush and Jimmy King, who we're looking at right now going into that third turn. Oh, Jeff Richards has had a problem. It's the 4-4 boat dead in the water, and he's waving his hands. The caution flag is flying in the air, but nobody's stopping. This race is still on.
Daniel Brossois is out there in the lead, and as we were mentioning that Thundercraft boat, can we see
in less time than it takes to toast the bread.
You've got gourmet chicken salad, freshly made and ready to serve.
And that is a 6-second lunch.
If only dinner were that easy.
Huh, yeah, dinner's always a production.
Okay, we'll try this.
Join a real party. The 2005 VMAs are on the way. It's time to pick the Viewer's Choice Award winner presented by Pepsi, Green Day, Snoop Dogg, Kelly Clarkson, My Chemical Romance, Shakira. Vote by hitting Star MTV on your Virgin mobile phone or by logging on to MTV.com now.
Flight in the ER reference to a stolen auto.
All right. What's the matter, hon?
Nothing. Like, we gave a report. They were in here about 8 o'clock.
Who was in here at 8 o'clock?
We got a description. Wait a minute. We got a description from Town Watch that two guys robbed chefs. We got their description.
Chef's Pete's up on us for that?
He said, beware. You know, he gave me a description. 2 guys come in. I was in the back. Me and Mary Beth busy. My brother was sitting there like, who works here? How many people work here? There's 2 guys. And I looked and they fit the description. Now, I gave the description to the other officer. I think it was Lima.
Okay.
He was in here, and he said he's seen them today, and they're up from Torresdale, and they said, you know, he sees them around in a car.
All right, come on in, Fred. Let me get. Well, I want to take the.
Here, the cost of exploring amazing places goes up and up. Of course, it depends on where you go. Take off to Toronto this summer, and your strong U.S. dollar could save you up to 30%.
Kind of variety that a gamer in 2004 and beyond is going to look to expect.
We've all had a bad day at work at one time or another, but nobody's worst day at work can compare with one day Gordon Freeman had in 1998. And just when he thought it was safe to go back to the job, along comes Half-Life 2. So let's go to Victor, who's with Valve's Doug Lombardi.
Thanks, Patrick. I am standing here with Doug Lombardi from Valve Software, and we're talking, of course, about Half-Life 2. When's it coming out?
Well, we're in the final days of Half-Life 2. We're planning to finish the game in August and hand over the release candidate to Vivendi Universal, and hopefully we'll see the game on store shelves this fall.
Awesome. Now, listen, I want to ask about the source code theft. There's a lot of talk about that out there. What happened? Was everybody apprehended? Everybody caught on that one?
Yeah, actually, we found out what was happening, I believe it was early October last year, and asked members of the gaming community to help us in any way they can. And actually arrests were made earlier this summer of the people involved.
So you're telling me that gamers actually helped catch these guys?
Absolutely.
Now, you've been working on this game for a long time. You've seen all of the ins and outs of it. Is it going to have the impact that the first Half-Life game had?
Gosh, I really hope it lives up to people's expectations. We're playing it a lot, and we've spent a lot of time to get it right. We're feeling pretty proud of what's been done.
And you guys aren't just putting Half-Life 2 in the box, you're also shipping it with Counter-Strike Source?
Correct.
Tell us about that.
What you have is, a completely overhauled version of Counter-Strike optimized for the Source engine, so you get physics, the rendering, the shader, the better lighting, etc.
Well, I have a prediction. I predict that next G for you, it's going to be all about Half-Life 2. Doug, thank you so much, man.
Good to see you again.
Get that game out, all right?
Will do. Take care.
All right, you too. All right, I'm going to kick it back to Patrick and Morgan.
Thanks, Victor. Every console has a cornerstone franchise that helps generate interest and, more importantly, revenue for a company.
Right. Now, franchises are wonderful things, but there's a new kid on the block, and he's beautiful. So let's take a look at this year's best new franchise.
Beautiful Joe is a revolution in bringing back 2D aesthetics to 3D gaming, and it did it without breaking a sweat. It was incredibly...
Got that? No, I'm not crazy. Try it. Stir that up, bake it. Well, I have a batch already baked for you. I know this really sounds weird, but remember that the chocolate and the chili belong. They're together. All right, this goes into a baking pan, into the oven. You know how to do that. You've got your own favorite brownie recipe. Where's mine? Let me see what I've done with it here. Wrong oven. Here it is. Oh, this is cool enough to talk about right now. And in the process of serving these, you will see inside. Oh, this is awfully moist. It's inside there. You can't quite see them, but it's loaded with chili, green chili peppers, and it's wonderful. Trust me, it's absolutely wonderful. Don't laugh at me. We've got more going here. Listen, just hang on. All right, the next one. I have a pot of chili cooking on the stove, my favorite recipe, and I'm going to add to that, to my, where's that this big spoon? Here we go. To my regular pot of chili at the last minute, well, maybe last 10 minutes of cooking, you see. Oh, you know it's coming, don't you? You know what's going to happen. I'm going to do it. Stand by. Here it goes. Put in 3 or 4 tablespoons, oh, maybe 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, and stir this up. Do you know where they do this all the time? Cincinnati chili has cocoa in it. And I am very, very taken by this. Again, it's a chili base, that is to say, hot peppers, and the cocoa, excuse me, seems very much at home here, very much at home. Like the two belong together forever. That's enough. Let's serve up a pot. Can you imagine your kids coming in and saying, wow, what's it for dinner tonight, Dad? And you say, oh, calm down, boys, it's cocoa chili. Why not? Why not? 1 pot of cocoa chili. It's a wonderful flavor, and besides, sometimes it's fun to harass your kids, isn't it?
Amateur botanist Herman Dipple has developed a marvelous plant food. Mr. Dipple, is it true that your plant food really makes things grow?
Yes. It's a possibility.
Only from AT&T.
It's time. You know, college basketball, slam bam jams, PTPers, surf and turfers. Give me Dick Vitale. Give me the Subaru Pikmin Playing Baby contest. I want to beat you, your friends, Vitale.
NC, no contest.
I really want to beat Vitale. And what am I going to win? A couple of bucks? Try a car. No, a real car, like the new Subaru Impreza. Go to your Subaru dealer for details. You like details? You're sick. Oh, yeah. And don't forget to look for what's-his-face.
Winning star of the smash Broadway musical Hairspray, appearing as Edna in a special holiday outfit by Broadway costume designer William Ivy Long.
Joined by the Dynamites, the trio of performers from Hairspray, Edna Turnblatt, a.k.a. Harvey Firestein, has a musical message for boys and girls everywhere. Santa knows.
That's the way it goes, Santa knows. Naughty, nice, or in between, throughout the month of red and green, if you strike a careless pose, Santa knows. When you're good or when you're bad, hiding things from mom and dad, which we all do, I suppose. Santa knows. Oh, is it magic? Who can say? The proof you'll find on Christmas Day. But Santa leaves a gift or two. It's there because of what you do. All the children shout with glee, unwrapping toys around the tree. And the bad kids, they get clothes. I should know I got this. He doesn't need to scoop, he always gets the scoop. You can take it from the pros. Dear old Santa Claus, Santa Claus. Got a secret? Santa knows.
Can we throw in an editorial comment? We love Harvey Firestein.
So great.
One of our faves.
Meanwhile, today's biggest band traveled here with a convoy of 450 people. Chaperones, nurses, parents, with commercial licenses piloting 14 buses. There was a tractor trailer, a motorhome serving as an infirmary, 2 sheriff department escort vehicles as well.
For the Georgia Bridgman caravan from Lowndes High School, a restroom stop takes 30 minutes. A fuel stop costs $1,000, and an overnight stay requires about 130 hotel rooms. These Valdosta, Georgia kids do things in a big way.
Bake Auto Paint and Repair with 4 convenient locations.
By Bounty, the quicker, thicker picker-upper.
A whole paper towel can be too much or too little. You need Selecticize, the Bounty you customize. Special smaller sheets. Only Bounty lets you pick out 1 sheet for small jobs, 2 sheets for regular jobs, 3 sheets for large jobs. And it's 50% longer than regular Bounty. Selecticize, the Bounty you customize. The quicker, thicker picker-upper. Bounty Selecticize.
Field, and for Christmas, I'll be hosting Saturday Night Live. Matt, what will you be doing for Christmas?
I'll be drinking eggnog in a van down by the river.
Oh.
While these are going up, most everything else will be coming down 10 to 50% during the JCPenney holiday sale.
Second quarter, Buffalo has been penalized 5 times for 34 yards. There's Sierra Klein making the reception on the play. Seattle 4 times for 35 yards. They have a 3rd and 5 at the Bills' 40-yard line coming out of the shotgun formation. And the blitz is on, and they get him back at the 49-yard line.
Fumble.
And there's a fumble on the play. And that's Lucius Sanford with the ball. I don't see a flag down. And I don't hear any whistles. That's going to be a touchdown for Buffalo.
Well, I'll tell you, before the snap, I said they are taking one heck of a chance. They had 10 men on the line of scrimmage. Carpenter nose to nose on his defender, but they decided to let it lay back. What have they got to lose now? They're losing 17-0. Here comes that heat from Sanford, and then a great stick on the backside
by Steve Freeman. And Sanford just took the ball away from him. Just grabbed the ball right out of his hands and ran into the end zone. What an excellent defensive maneuver and play by Lucius Sanford.
Sanford's got a lot of speed for a linebacker or for any other position. And once he got it, boy, that's a big break, and certainly should give them a lot of inspiration with just 2:49 left in the...
Danello's kick is good, and the Bills get on the board. This is one of the most unusual games I have ever seen, Coach. We have a score of 17-7. All of the points that Seattle has scored due to their special teams, and now we have another turnover defensively by Buffalo to score the other touchdown. I've never seen a game like this.
Well, maybe it's a highlighting of what the real important statistic is in football, and that is turnovers. It is the single most important statistic there is in football. I consider blocked punts, by the way, a turnover. We've seen 2 of those that led to scores. We've seen this one, which has led to a score. And when you get done with the games, if you'll go through the newspaper on a Monday morning, you can take all of the yardage games.
He outruns the Energizer. Energizer, it do run, it do run. Happy holidays from Energizer.
Exclusively for the Xbox, and gamers are floored by the new title.
It was a great game, great fighting game. And, you know, people really liked the idea of having this sort of fantastic fighting game that showed off the power of the Xbox. Without Dead or Alive 3, I think...
Bud Bowl. Bud Light jumped to a quick 7-0 lead. Hey, did you write that down? I want to win that $1 million. Bud scored twice in the second, but trailed at the half, 21-14. You got that too, right? I got it. Oh, I need a Viper. At the end of 3, Bud Light still leads it, 24-20. There's only 1 quarter left. So get your game card where you buy Bud and Bud Light. We can win this thing. Come on. Yeah, we just got to mail it in.
On a Chocobo ride through the best games, bosses, and characters of Final Fantasy. Sweat Monday at 10 p.m. Arena Tuesday at 10 p.m. And Filter Thursday at 10:30 p.m.
My buddies head off to West Texas. Nothing works like my Chevy S10 Maxi Cab 4x4. With Instatrack 4-wheel drive, the optional off-road suspension, it can take us to the wildest place in the West. The Terlingua Chili Cook-Off. Come and get it! Good, huh? Nothing works like a Chevy truck. Nothing.
First, there was Atari. Then there was Nintendo.
Now, the next generation video games. TurboGrafx 16.
Monday is tax day. You blew it, didn't you? You messed up again, and on Monday you've got to pay. Or do you? Not if you come see us in the next 24 hours. Hello, I'm Ken Bevins, president of Tax Weasels Incorporated, the late tax specialist. Time is running out for you to take advantage of our special service that finds write-offs, dependents, and tax breaks you never knew you had. You'll end up getting money, enough to cover our small service fee and still leave you enough for a night on the town you won't soon forget. Right, Brad?
That's right, Ken. Everybody who walks through our door in the next 24 hours gets to dip into our big barrel of receipts. Grab a fistful of legitimate write-offs gathered from fine restaurants, taxi companies, and charities all over town. And we'll throw in a grab bag of prescriptions. Medical receipts that'll put the IRS in a world of hurt. So come on down to the Tax Weasels, because we're smarter than they are.
That's right, Brad. That's just one example of the creativity you'll find when you walk through our doors. Another is our new dependent service. Even if you've lived alone for years and have no friends, we can find dependents that will cut your taxes like a weed eater through a Twinkie. You see, dependents are defined by the IRS as people who are living off you without contributing anything. So if you live in the Seattle area, you can claim the Seattle School Board, record store clerks, most metro managers, everybody at the post office, the floating bridge maintenance crew, the Seattle Mariners, and many, many more. But claiming dependents is just one tool that we use here at TWI. We also have an entire department specializing in deductions. Here's one of our experts.
Hi, I'm Stephen Sedgwick, and I can show you how, with a little bit of imagination, nearly anything can be deducted. For example, did you know that most people can deduct the cost of their TV set if it's used for job-related viewing? If you work at Boeing and use your set for watching truck pulls or bowling for dollars, that's a deduction. If you're a Microsoft employee...
NASCAR's top drivers go wheel to wheel, ending in a daring 10-lap shootout for $200,000. It's the Winston live. Then, on Mutual of Omaha's Spirit of Adventure, Peggy Fleming and host Jim Fowler uncover Africa's poaching wars.
Keith and Perez, who had won too. We'll continue after this message and a word from our stations.
Get set for outdoor living with the Memorial Day Savings Circular from True Value Hardware Stores. Grill your favorite foods on this Weber 18.5-inch Barbie Kettle Grill. It's just $44.99. Keep food and drinks cold in the Igloo 10 ice chest and half-gallon jug. It's only $8.99 for the set. And fly the red, white, and blue with this Bissell 3x5-foot home flag set. It's just $6.99 at participating True Value Hardware stores and home centers.
Refreshing as the land of sky blue waters, land of lake and pine, cool enchantment. Ham's the beer refreshing, Ham's the beer refreshing.
The land of sky blue waters, a big, fresh land. You can see the bigness, feel the freshness, and in Ham's beer you can taste it. A taste as big and fresh as the land of sky blue waters. Ham's, Ham's.
Refreshing as the land of sky blue waters, land of lake and pine, cool enchantment. Ham's the beer refreshing. Ham's the beer refreshing.
Wouldn't a cold Ham's taste good right now?
Educators across the country are bringing a world of ideas into their students' lives through a commercial-free program service from your cable system and the Arts and Entertainment Network. A&E Classroom, because our children have a lot to learn.
Day 3.
Incredible. Tegrin did it.
All right, yeah, it
works. From now on, I'm trusting Tegrin.
Try Tegrin. It works on dandruff.
Really works.
Between shampoos.
If you have to wait a week for business news, maybe it's not news anymore. The Wall Street Journal gives you today's business news today, so you can use it today.
Get all the business news you need when you need it. Get the Wall Street Journal. Delivered every business day for 6 months for $47. Just 37 cents a day. Phone toll free 800-453-4806. That's 6 months, $47, only 37 cents a day. Phone 800-453-4806 now.
Now it's Senator Ford. 100 used cars and trucks are on sale. All 91 and 92 used cars have special 6.75 APR financing for 60 months. 10 92 Tauruses, all one
Cube.
게임 큐브でさらに楽しい新作ミニゲームぎっしり任天堂ゲームキューブマリオパーティー4ゲームキューブ
타워본스요 게임
승리를 위해서는 리듬이 중요하지. 그래, 기억해내는 거야. 핫설기 특훈.
게임 큐브이기에 더욱 재밌다. 신작 게임이 가득한 닌텐도 게임 큐브 마리오 파티 4. 게임은 역시 닌텐도 게임 큐브.
Velma, what about a glasses strap or contacts? Wonder Woman, if your invisible jet is invisible, how can you find it? Hey, where can I get some of that hair tonic? What exactly is suffering succotash?
Cartoon Network. You've got questions. That's understandable.
Why are the Smurfs blue?
We're not. We're green. Adjust your TV.
For Ken Griffey Jr.
Here, I'll take it. I'll run it over to Junior. Ooh, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. Supreme. Here's your pizza. Hey!
Look at all these toppings. Pizza Hut's new Supreme Pizza with 6 very generous toppings. Now with everything from fresh sliced mushrooms to meteor pepperoni.
Hey!
It's only $8.99. And now get a second for only $5.
Starburst fruit chews, a burst of refreshing fruit flavor for you. Tastes like mouth-watering orange, strawberry too, luscious lemon, and tangy cherry. You get a burst the moment that you bite into a starburst. It's true, a burst of refreshing fruit flavor for you. Naturally and artificially flavored.
Put your 2 hands out for a dig-em snack. Dig-em. Watch a bowl appear like that. Kellogg's Sugar Smacks. Dig-em. Toasted wheat for a snacking good breakfast. Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
Dig-em.
Hi, Dad.
Morning. Hey, what's that frog doing?
Deep sea diving.
How deep is it?
Knee-deep. Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
Dig 'em.
Make 'em part of your good breakfast. Kellogg's Sugar Smacks.
That's a dig-em smack.
Mom, can I help?
In a minute, honey.
Can I help?
Oh, not just yet, kiddo.
Can I help? Maybe later.
For all the extra little touches that make the holidays special, look to Publix for the high quality you expect and the low prices you deserve.
after these messages. We'll be right back.
Yeah. It's a whole lot of fun that comes in a roll. A lifesaver's can to the one with a hole. Cherry, lemon, every flavor's a thrill. Here's the orange doesn't get you, the green one will. It's a whole lot of fun. It's a lifesavers.
Good evening and welcome to the John Report. I'm John, here's my report. A recent survey of bartenders found that "haven't we met before" is still men's favorite line when picking up women. However, in Auburn, the favorite is still, "Hey, can I borrow a wad of that Skoal?" A court of appeals said that Boeing was wrong to fire a male employee preparing for a sex change because he wore a pearl necklace to work. Boeing argued that the necklace didn't go well with the man's leather miniskirt and bustier. Well, frozen packages of chicken in Russia are referred to as Bush's legs. Bowls of mush are called Reagan's brains. A 14-year-old... Well, Costco's board of directors has authorized a 3-for-2 stock split. The deal also comes with a 20-pack of ketchup. The state Senate recently passed a bill making it a Class C felony to destroy a mailbox. The bill also calls for mandatory jail time for snapping towels in the shower. A report by the American Association of University Women says that textbooks used in the nation's schools are rife with gender bias against women. As an example, they read an excerpt from a current science text that says, quote, "Madame Curie is the only woman ever to win 2 Nobel Prizes in different categories, but let's face it, she's no Kim Basinger." The Bellevue Fire Department will get help spotting fires from King, Cairo, and Como traffic helicopters. The choppers will be especially...
Every time folks eat super fruity bonkers fruit candy, it makes a big hit. Know why bonkers is so super fruity? It's got a chewy fruity outside with an extra fruity inside. Makes me want to eat it up.
Bonkers bonks you out.
Some candy.
鏡を持って3人人がいたじゃないですか、で鏡を持って1人の人の頭の上に、なんか的を乗っけといて鏡越しに鉄砲で撃ってその的に当てた。ケニーガンか。鏡越しだから鏡を見ながら後ろ向きでこう鏡で的を見て撃つの。正解。
さてお立ち会い、前方の男性の手元にご注目。手前の2人は鏡を見つめております。そして拳銃を撃った。あ、こっちも撃った。スローでもう一度。確かに標的を映した鏡を見ながら撃っています。この神業ともいえる芸当はかつての軍人さんたちの多くが練習したという実戦の離れ技だったんです。というわけで正解は射撃でした。CM の後は世界年齢順クイズ。さてこの人たち一体おいくつなんでしょうか。
Elvis. It's Elvis Presley on home video. Now you can own the King's historic comeback performance. Live on home video cassette.
It's about tennis. From Cameron Crowe, the director of singles, doubles,
It used to be in the forest soil. This is the lifeblood of the forest soil. This algae formed because nutrients were carried away from the forest soil following clear cutting. Because the water course is opened up, because the forests have been cut away from the water course, the water temperature has gone up, the light penetration has increased, and that causes the algae to be deposited and to form and grow here in response to the forest soil nutrients.
In the living forest, nutrients cycle up through the roots into the tree and then fall back to the ground in the leaves or needles. This is a closed loop. Logging breaks this loop. Recognizing this as a problem, some lumber companies have taken a hint from agriculture: fertilizer. Nitrogen pellets are sprayed on both established and newly growing timber stands, usually at 5-year intervals. In the newer stands, these added nutrients have caused a 20 to 30% increase in growth. But the long-term effects of these concentrated dosages on forest environments are as yet unknown. In any case, this is an expensive operation, and only the larger corporations.
5 and 68 big Shofuzi. Was that enough? Of course not.
This September, The Mess is back. Slime Time Live returns to Nickelodeon September 4th at 4, 3 Central.
They said it wasn't humanly possible, but now you can have all the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Plus, Game Boy comes with the outrageous new game, Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Now 86 CD is out now, featuring Peter Gabriel, David Bowie, Diana Ross, and the Communards. 16 top 5 hits only on compact disc, including Level 42, Pet Shop Boys, Queen, and many more. Skate down to our price for Now 86 and have a very happy Christmas.
Extraordinary destiny now faces a new quest.
Let me through!
Magical forces exposed.
Who's that?
Secret powers unleashed.
What if she's too young to handle it?
All with one goal in mind: to defeat the greatest wizard of all time. It can't be. Get ready for an all-new season.
Let me go!
Card Captors, coming Saturday, June 23rd to Kids WB.
Mientras esta llama tan solo esté a medio gas, nuestro país tan solo estará aprovechando la mitad de los beneficios que le ofrece el gas.
Foot Soldier Bikers!
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles will return after these messages.
I'd like to tell you about little... They're tiny little sausages with a great big kick. A spicy new product by... So pick up a package of little... The next time you're having guests dinner, when you want to surprise your family with special between meal snacks. They make perfect hors d'oeuvre appetizers, and believe me, these little... with all kinds of beverages are... Well, thank you.
All right.
Of course, these spicy little sausages are so good because, as you know, it makes all of its products up to a standard, not down to a price. This assures you that SK meat products are...
Wait a minute, hold it there. Cool the German, fast.
What's the matter?
Oh, well, you do the SK. We're supposed to do the SK. A 1 and a 2 and a SK, like that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, go ahead.
Okay. A 1 and a 2 and a SK.
Makes this new meat product little...
Hot shots.
Remember, that's what we were talking about? Well, they're made of 100%...
Pure beef.
Yes, pure beef. Fully cooked and ready to serve. You'll find them at your grocer's in handy 4-ounce cellophane bags with colorful green and red striped tops. So buy little...
Hot shots.
Made by... If you want something that's really good and really delicious, really spicy,
Yum, yum.
fellas, will you come out, please? Just a minute, just a minute. Remember, you can taste the difference quality makes.
Until they were rudely interrupted.
What you gonna do, Scuzz? Sit on the gravestone?
I just want to party.
Man, this place is a mess.
Now look who's awake. They're on the way.
Break.
They're back from the grave and ready to party.
I think things are getting out of hand.
The return of the living dead.
Starts Friday, August 16th at a theater near you.
She's moving. It's Magic Muse Barbie. We girls love the spotlight. Right, Barbie? Magic Moves Barbie. Glittering gown with sparkle and shine. We turn and pose. Divine. Then move around that fabulous doll. Everywhere we move, we steal the show. We girls can do anything. Right, Barbie? Magic Moves Barbie doll comes with this three-piece outfit and change-around stole. New from Mattel.
I know where I stand, rolling over this hard-tack highway, sailing into an ocean of sand.
With Weber, if he had just carried a few of those 10 pins, we'll come back somewhere down the line, and he'll have a good break later on this year.
So now it'll be interesting to see how Pete Weber will do against the Rookie of the Year, Ryan Schaefer. That match coming up next from Atlantic City, New Jersey. Number of strikes, 8 in each game now goes against a rookie, a non-winner named Ryan Schaefer. And what a match it should be with the tournament leader, Marshall Holman, waiting in the wings. And speaking of wings, not far from here, a luncheon with the pros, 600 checking in, and look at them. They're loving every minute of where there were about 12 or 13 professionals that talk to them and explain professional bowling, and they're having fun. There's John Petraglia, Joe Berardi.
Some of the other, Pete McCordick, Mark Roth, U.S. Open winner, Bud Fisher, Chuck Pisano, there's Brian Voss, Walter Ray Williams, Bob Benoit, Del Bauer, the defending champion, have been answering questions for that capacity group of about 800 people in there. Chris, it's an overflow crowd from the Boeing Center. This is live action, and hopefully they're enjoying, as we can see, the U.S. Open Finals. We're down to the semifinal game. It will be Ryan Schaefer coming up against Pete Weber.
And let me tell you, that luncheon will set a trend. I think it's a great idea as we look at the tournament leader, Marshall Holman. Loose. He has to wait another game before he competes. We'll be back.
Matchbox.
Found the treasure!
Quick, get the Mega Rig Dinosaur Hunters. Build the rover to hunt the dino and rescue the treasure. Look out! Add the weapon launcher.
Nice!
Set up the crane to trap him.
Got him!
Now build a massive transporter to haul him. The treasure is yours. You can build over 15 combinations. Mega Rig Dinosaur Hunters building system, only from Matchbox.
Worst school shooting in U.S. history. In its aftermath, accusations and blame are spread far and wide. The media repeatedly points out that Klebold and Harris were both fans of violent video games, especially Doom, which by now is 6 years old.
I know that the video games that the two shooters at Columbine played affected them. Maybe it wasn't the biggest factor that made them go and kill people, which I don't think it was. But I think it was something, an influence that they chose in their life that did affect them. They played extremely violent video games. I believe, no doubt to me, that it affects people.
The first-person perspective is a very powerful and very interesting way to depict a game. And when you start depicting these kinds of acts in that perspective, it scares people.
Those kids, they may have been playing video games, you know, a lot of kids do. But that was not the problem. You know, their local culture, the way they were alienated at school, these were the problems. Their access to guns, their access to the materials they had, these are the problems. Irresponsible parents that aren't even watching them, these are the...
They've given us an endless summer of songs about waves, woodies, and women. Join Ray Charles, Gloria Loring, and Paul Schaefer for an all-star jam in Hawaii. The Beach Boys, 25 years together.
Is everybody ready to rock and roll?
Friday after Webster.
Let's go. stabbed him? Who stabbed him? Who stabbed him, though? On the second floor right there. Somebody stabbed? Somebody stabbed in there? Oh, they did it right there. Who stabbed him? Who stabbed him? On the second floor. Put your hands behind your back now. Where's the knife?
Your back.
Put your hands behind your back. Where's the knife? Where's the knife at?
With a razor.
They broke my house. Put it down. Who you just stabbed? Who the guy you just stabbed? You got AIDS, man? No, baby.
Not that I know of.
You stabbed the guy, right? Yeah, he broke my door. This the razor you stabbed him with? Yeah, I got it. He broke my door, get my door down. All right, come on, don't worry about it. Get up.
Yeah, I got it at the...
Where's the guy that he stabbed? Downstairs? Downstairs. Where's the stabbing victim at? Check it out, Jim.
Somebody else.
Somebody transport him?
Yeah, district guys there.
All right, good. Stab him, man. Jump over. Jump over. Jump over. Stab him, man. What the body do? What's wrong? Hey, what's happening? We don't see you, man. All right. All right, guys. Wait, you want him locked up, right? Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah. All right. Yeah, we'll take you to the hospital. Take you to jail. Yeah. You know what I mean? You're going to jail, fool. Going to jail.
It's not real.
Don't let me get out, Eddie. I don't care. You don't get out. You threaten me now. You threaten me now.
Look out.
Great rush going, and very similar to Albee, his profile for the week. In the first 24 games, he led the qualifier. You see that number one. That was the cutoff. Then a match play just hung right in there. 3-4-3, and
mortgaged my house to get my first tug. Believe me, the Jeannie T needed plenty of work.
Good night, Skipper.
Today, I own two others just like her, because we give our customers a good, honest pull for the money, and that pays off. People who make Meisterbrow work the same way. These days, I can pick any beer I want. This tastes as good as Budweiser, and it doesn't cost as much. Gentlemen, the drinking lamp is lit.
Introducing Meisterbrow. Tastes as good as Budweiser at a better price.
Yummy. Yes! I can just taste the abso-fruit-delicious raspberry and orange swirls. Yum! The lemony greens, the berry blues. Ah, no!
Silly rabbit. Tricks are for kids.
A rabbit can dream, can't he?
Trix fruit-flavored cereal and
abso-fruit-delicious.
Part of this nutritious breakfast.
Teensy. In pouches to carry those mega giant bite-sized pieces. In strawberry, grape, and chocolate flavors.
Look at the size of those sprinkles.
Got a humongous snack and hunger? Think big! New Kellogg's Pop-Tarts Minis. The biggest, most gigantic teeny tiny Pop-Tarts in town.
Last one to Tiny's Diner buys lunch.
Take the micro machines, highways, and byways.
I'll take the shortcut to Colonel Cobb's farm. The corn's growing, and I'm going. I'll cruise to the highways and byways, Wildcat Canyon. Gotta be brave in this cave. Oh, no. Drawbridge is up. I'm stuck. Tough luck. Tiny's Diner, next stop.
When you gotta get there fast, take the micro machines, highways, and byways.
That's my train, but he'll pay.
Think big, play small. Micro machines. New micro machines, highways, and byways, play sets, and vehicle collections sold separately. You put it together.
The lemon. Only Sunlight dishwashing liquid has the juice of one whole lemon. Sunlight with real lemon juice cuts tough.
You know, when I eat an Angus, it reminds me of eating the hamburgers made by my mommy. Oh, plump and... the hamburgers. Not my mommy.
The new Angus, a third pound of superior quality beef.
On Nickelodeon.
Nicktoons Summer Beach House.
The Summer Picnic.
You want action? We've got action. Movies and concerts. Beautiful Joe, rated T for teen. Into the go-go, baby. Three heroes. Loved by millions.
Ain't it dreamy?
Ready for adventure.
It's the end!
Ed, Double D, and Eddie.
I just want to hug that little loudmouth one.
Starring in their own video game. Ed, Ed, and Eddie, the Miss Ed Ventures. Dorks. In this tag team adventure, switch Eds on the fly to take advantage of their unique abilities. When you need raw strength, Ed can give you a lift. Or use his head. When you need brains, Double D can make things go. And in a pinch, he can pull out his trusty slingshot. Eddie can usually scam his way out of any situation. And when he can't, there's always the El Mongo Stink Bomb. Sometimes one Ed is not enough.
We, the Eds, are about to attempt the most daring feat the world has ever seen.
Use the Batter Ed to break through obstacles. Use the Trample Ed to extend your reach. And use the Tower of Eddie when extreme stealth is called for.
Welcome to Club Ed!
Get ready to enter the world of Ed, Ed, and Eddie in a fully interactive way.
Hey, look!
The same distinctive art style.
Looks like fun!
All the slapstick humor you've come to expect.
What are you doing?
Go to your clubhouse. And, of course, the entire cast. Yes, even the Kanker sisters.
Pirates!
Ed, Ed, and Eddie, the Miss Ed Ventures. Coming October 2005. This title not yet rated.
That was good, Eddie.
Whatever. You know, I'll tell you what, he was right about me and Michael having ESP. Throughout the year, Michael and I have had some miscommunication problems because someone has been interfering. And we've finally been able to communicate with him, and he's been telling us the way things are going to go for us. He's been right. So I think he's the expert on this subject.
He's always downloading rubbish. Love fighting games.
Get to take all my frustration out on his funny little face.
Lisa just told me to get her something from McDonald's. I totally missed it. I'll just get her what she had last time.
Sure you want to do that?
That's gonna be real ugly.
What about the backup bag?
What's a backup bag?
You bring home one bag of food and then you have other stuff in a backup bag.
That's tight. You like that. Dorks.
Here you go. Thank you.
Where's my double cheeseburger?
Right over here.
I like salad. That's why I got this.
Hi, my name is Buddy Hackett, and I have a terrible heart thing.
I've Got a Secret, brought to you tonight by Tony, creator of fine beauty products. For the woman who prefers the natural look of beauty care at home. Tony. From New York, here is I've Got a Secret, starring Steve Allen.
Good evening. Boy, do I have a secret. Actually, we'll meet this little girl formally in just a moment. But first, I want to introduce her to the members of our panel and vice versa. And that means Betsy Palmer, Bill Cullen, Bess Meyerson, and, of course, Henry Morgan. That's our panel. You all set to play the game, panel?
Yeah, we are.
All righty. Let's not play the game. Let's just sit here and watch. Isn't she cute? All right. Can we bring our first contestant out, please? How do you do, sir? Nice to have you with us. Now, would you tell all the folks your name and where you're from?
Robert Hamlin, Fairfield, Maine.
Mr. Hamlin from Maine. And, would you tell us the names of these pretty little girls?
You're holding Terry and Mrs. Sherry over here.
Okay. Well, panel, these two young ladies have a secret for you to guess. And if you whisper it to me now, sir, we'll show the audience. Let's all whisper to each other. Panel, Bill, the clue to Terry and Sherry's secret concerns something they have, and we'll start the game with Betsy Palmer.
Well, Terry and Sherry, do you have this with you this evening?
Yes.
Do you have this backstage?
Yes.
Has it to do with other little sisters?
Eight arms, large head. They think it's called an octopus.
Octopus? We're thousands of miles from any ocean. This thing's bigger than we thought.
Okay, we're going to Seward to try to recover a body from a plane crash that happened about 3 weeks ago. The crash is about 3,000 feet, 3,000 foot level, and a little mountain 20 miles southwest of Seward. And the wreckage broke up quite bad. When we were down there the first time, we only recovered 4 bodies, and we're going back to try to find the 5th. The trouble with the particular crash site is that it's quite often in the clouds, and we've been down there 4 times trying to get this job done, and it's always been cloudy there. That's been the problem right along. And we've got pretty good weather reports today, so we should be able to get something done.
My job on any search is to, just coordinate the search. And today we're doing a body recovery, and I will be going out and hopefully taking possession of the body and any personal effects that are found on the body. Then we'll make a positive identification through whatever means necessary, and then it'll be my job to notify the next of kin and see that his wishes are carried out in getting the remains back to him. What happened was a Cessna 207 on a 1-hour flight with a pilot and four passengers off one of the cruise ships. It had apparently hit a wingtip on a rock outcropping and hit head-on into the side of the mountain. Well,
the ingredients chosen to make the perfect episode of The Powerpuff Girls. Next time, only on Cartoon Network.
Coming up next, it's Dexter's Laboratory, followed by the Bugs and Daffy Show on Cartoon Network.
It's applied to a home or a career. A solid foundation is essential. As new construction in the housing sector continues, there's a need for talented, skilled professionals who can manage the construction projects. The Construction Management Program at ITT Technical Institute School of Drafting and Design. This program teaches skills to help students prepare to pursue a rewarding career in the construction industry. The program offers a foundation in construction management, construction techniques, and the legal issues relating to the construction management field through the study of subjects such as site construction and management, building codes, and construction documents and contracts. Working closely with contractors, engineers, and architects, construction managers monitor and coordinate various phases of the construction project. Start building your career on solid ground today. ITT Technical Institute School of Drafting and Design. Education for the future. Call 1-800-942-0088 or visit us on the web.
Well, that's it for Almost Live this week. We want to wish you a Merry Christmas and make sure you mark down on your calendar New Year's Eve, 11:30 to 12:30. We'll be here live, entirely live in Studio B.
Promotional consideration for Almost Live provided by Pizzeria Pagliacci, featuring traditional and gourmet pizza by the slice. Pizzeria Pagliacci, rated Seattle's best pizza.
On the WB Monday night.
You gotta skate them, trade them, but don't underestimate them. Built fast, built to last, never let that power pack. Nose that kick, flip, ollies, yeah, real slick. Power glide, flip, slides, going strong, going long.
A horse. That isn't the secret of what. Although you might. What? Arthur, after you dismount, are you going to do something to the horse? Yes. Oh, for goodness sake.
Rather, Arthur, shall we correct that to say with rather than to? You're going to do something with the horse.
Yes. I see. Are you going to, for instance, with the horse? You wouldn't shoe the horse, because
No.
you're going to make him a horse of another color.
No.
You're going to put him in someone's bathtub.
$40 down, $40 to go. Betsy Palmer, you're on.
Dear Pip, are you going to do this here tonight?
Yes.
Oh. Are you going to do something about, like, removing that saddle and stirrups and things
No.
like that? You have a lasso on the side. Are you going to lasso somebody or something?
No. All right, we've lost $60. We have Henry Morgan between us and oblivion. Henry?
Arthur, is that a trick horse?
No.
Whoa.
He's leaving.
Is, now, it was established you're going to do something with the horse.
Yes.
Now, what does a man...
All right, Henry, I think the best way for you to find out is if you will please come front and center out here, please. Stand approximately by Mr.
I have to turn the horse round because they begged me to dismount on the other side.
All right, we'll turn the horse round. Good night, folks. We're a little late.
All right. Yeah. That's all right. It's all right. Now I have to get off the horse.
Yes, all right. Now, we'll hold the reins here, Henry, while Arthur dismounts.
Now I've dismounted.
Yes?
Now.
You come around here now. The horse is all yours, and what do you suppose to do with it?
Well, I'm going to give it to you, Henry, my dear boy.
Just a minute. No, wait. First I want to know, am I allowed to look in his mouth?
Yes. But
Because the
afterwards,
gift horse...
you must not look at it.
You don't look at him.
Now, here are the reins. My dear Henry Morgan, this is your horse.
We will return to the CBS special movie presentation of Alice in Wonderland.
Be about 325. Takes a couple of hours. Let me show you what you come up with. Here's the, well, you'll see the mold when I take it out of the oven. It's still very hot. I put the dish, the pudding mold, in the bottom of, here. Oh, this is wonderful stuff. There. I put this in the bottom of a glass baking dish, a little water in the bottom of the glass baking dish so that I can keep the bottom from burning, you see? And there we go. We'll dish up some of this in a minute, but I want to put this out for you. That's hot. It just came from the oven, and it's very, very rich. 2 hours until a knife stuck down the center of this pudding, you see, will come out clean. You don't want anything on the knife. You understand what I'm saying? Yes, I'm glad you do. All right, now here's an interesting one. Here's an interesting one. It's called a syllabub. Isn't that a fascinating word? The term comes from the fact that all of this cream and wine that we're going to mix up turns into layers. And syllables are parts of words, you see? Syllables are layers of words. So this dish is called a syllabub. It's fascinating stuff. I'm really tickled with this. I haven't tasted this one that I made yet, but I want you to try it. All right, into my mixer, I'm going to put 2½ cups of whipping cream from my little fancy pitchers. 2½ cups of whipping cream.
I want 1/2 pound of powdered sugar. And I weighed that out. 1/2 pound of powdered sugar. I have a shield on my machine here. This is a machine that will just do anything for you. And the shield is a gadget that will prevent things from splashing about, you see. And then I want to add 1/2 cup of Rhine wine. And Rhine wine, of course, would be a Riesling, a sweet German wine. 1/2 cup. All right. And then I also want, oh, excuse me. It's a 1/2 cup of sugar. I want to add 1 cup of Rhine wine. There, we've got it. 2½ cups of cream, 1/2 pound of powdered sugar, 1 cup of Rhine wine.
Different. Why did you take off running?
I mean, we just got through searching a building with an open door that we think may be a burglary. We see y'all over there crouched down behind the bushes or that dumpster, and then we tell you to stop, and you take off like a couple of criminals. What do you think we're supposed to think?
If we're trying to detain you for some type of a questioning, you can't just take off and run. If that's the case, every suspect in every...
Die Hard. Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
Seven o'clock, Psycho sees Santa's workshop, and only Lee Majors can stop them. In the night the reindeer died. Be here.
Well, you can't show that commercial. That thing looked like the Manson family Christmas special.
Think I'm way off base?
Yes, you're a tad off base, sir.
Frank Cross is more than the youngest network president in television history.
Call security, have them change his locks, and toss him out of the building.
Oh, he's fired? It's Christmas.
Thank you. Call accounting. Stop his bonus. Oh, watch out.
Ah!
He's a thoughtful boss.
Thanks, boys. Get the nurse.
A generous brother.
What did he give you last year?
I don't remember. A shower curtain. Excuse me, ma'am. I think you dropped something here.
And a true humanitarian.
I can't get the antlers glued onto this little guy. We've tried crazy glue.
Have you tried Staples?
But his life is about to change.
Woo-wee! That was a good one.
You are going to be visited by 3 ghosts tomorrow at noon.
God, tomorrow's bad for me, Lou. As a matter of fact, the whole rest of the week is a washout.
Anyone who thinks he hates Christmas is wrong.
Go back to Jersey, you moron!
It's ghosts he hates.
I love that bit!
I'm the ghost of Christmas present.
Bill Murray. Karen Allen.
It sounded like you'd seen a ghost.
A ghost? John Forsythe. Bobcat Goldthwait.
Hey! You glad to see me, or is this a shotgun in your pocket? You know this one?
Everybody knows this one. Let's go now.
How does everybody know this one?
Carol Kane. Robert Mitchum.
I really care!
David Johansen.
Oh, I'm having the weirdest day!
This holiday season, see Bill Murray get...
We're fabulous. Stacy style.
Everybody clap for me.
Stacey London has a brand new talk show, and it's only on TLC.
Gorgeous! I couldn't stand it.
Catch up on what's hot.
This is kind of gangster on me.
And what's not.
Can I touch it?
With the latest gossip, girl talk, and of course, fashion.
I feel a little bit like, Liza Minnelli. This is every girl's dream right here.
Fashionably Late with Stacey London premieres November 23rd at 10, only on TLC.
Spring is a gift filled with possibilities. Color bursts forth, an idea blossoms, and imagination is unleashed. This Easter, give the gift of Crayola, a basket full of colorful, creative fun that's worry-free and filled with wonder. Outdoor colored bubbles, chalk, crayons, and mess-free color wonder. Gifts of spring, only in the Crayola aisle.
The cold one. For those who've discovered its smooth draft taste,
I've been looking for that.
the world is a very cool place. So get out of the old and get into the cold.
Here's the first word. Go.
Comb.
Brush. Yes.
Bird.
Fly.
Black.
Starlet.
Caw.
Crow.
Stiletto.
Knife.
Wound.
Stab.
Yes.
Descent.
Ascend.
No,
Ascend.
argue. Argue.
Agree.
Yes.
Right. Ape.
Monkey.
Bigger.
Gorilla.
Yes. Very good. Oh, that's fine. That's the way we like to see it played. John Van Heist is just one and one will, $350. Kay Barber, you may still win some money. John, you might win more if you'll change partners. We'll play your second game. Actually, their fourth game. Yeah. They have already won 2 games, you understand. All right, we have the ladies over here now and the gentleman over there. And I've got the word right here. I got the word right here. All right. Ross and June, as they look at it, we'd like you to say it. Gonna do that in August.
Yes, pickpocket.
10 points, Ross Martin.
Dipsomaniac.
Drunkard.
Yeah.
Right,
I was gonna say, you know, he's right.
Yes, forgive me.
All right, 9 points, June.
Thief.
Thief.
Conniver.
Conniver. You think about a drunk thief, huh? All right, no. 8 points, Ross. You better get your main.
Light-fingered.
Shoplifter.
Shoplifter, no. 7 points, June.
Wallet. Pickpocket.
Yes.
That's the perfect clue.
Yeah.
That's the perfect clue.
You want to explain what you were thinking of when you said
kleptomaniac, not dipsomaniac.
All right. By the way, when you hear this sound, that's what you get when your clue has not been accepted by our authority, who is Dr. Reason A. Goodman, editor of the World Book Encyclopedia Dictionary. John, there you go. Kay Barber. Friend.
The password is shell.
Beware. Something exciting is coming to video games. Gremlins 2, the new batch, the video game from Sunsoft. Help Gizmo battle the menacing gremlins. But it won't be easy. Because this game has awesome graphics that seem to come alive on the screen. Gremlins 2, the new batch from Sunsoft. Don't say we didn't warn you.
Ghosts, robots, girls, explosions! All of this in
The Amazing World of Gumball!
The Amazing World of Gumball. New episode Monday night at 7:30, 6:30 Central on Cartoon Network.
Big defensive play that time by the New Orleans defense. Jim Wilkes, number 94, defensive end, with the crucial sack.
Well, we talked about the emotion playing part in this game, and it just did there. Their secondary was able to keep the coverage on them, and number 94, Wilkes, just collapsed in the zone and brought up a field goal try. Of course, after seeing Chuck Knox fake that punt, I don't know what he might do.
Now here's Norm Johnson to attempt the field goal, and he has been struggling lately. He's got a new holder, backup quarterback Gail Gilbert. They have spotted it about the 22. It's up. It is. 32-yard attempt. Good. So the field goal by Johnson from 32 yards extends the Seattle lead. We'll be right back.
Today's game is brought to you by Honda All-Terrain Vehicles, inventors of the ATC 3-wheeler and 4-Trax 4-wheeler. By Castrol, the motor oil engineered for smaller cars. And by IBM and the growing family of IBM personal computers.
Tom Hammond and Dave Rowe from the Superdome, 47,365 on hand. They've just seen the Seahawks take a 10-3 lead on the 32-yard field goal by Johnson. This is Tullis taking the kickoff and bringing it upfield to about the 15, where he's hit and dropped. Down on the coverage, Eugene Robinson for Seattle after an 11-yard return by Tullis. That last scoring drive by the Seahawks, culminating in the 32-yard field goal, covered 66 yards in 15 plays and consumed 8:48 on the clock.
There's a very telltale graphic. They've gained 8 yards in their last 4 offensive possessions. Now, that's not 4 downs. That's the last 4 times that they've had the ball. Dave Wilson has got to get something cranked up here.
He'll begin from his own 15-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Saints. 8 minutes to play in the game, and the Seahawks lead by 7. Wilson on the out pattern, saw good cover.